Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blackman High School. Or no, we're at Rockvale. My goodness, we were at Riverdale last Friday night, and now we're out at Rockvale. It is Week 10. Game 9 is on the horizon, and we've got a cast of characters with us tonight. Appreciate everybody joining us on Stork Vision, and we're ready to roll. I've got Anthony Fiorella from Los Angeles, California, right here with me. Spencer's running the camera tonight, and we're glad to be here. Got a lot of things going on, kids. We're going to be a little bit fragmented tonight. Dean Fox, the Fox that Rocks, has just slipped into that space capsule. He's headed over here to the launch pad, and he'll be hovering high above us tonight, bringing us all our stats here as we get ready to roll. Anthony, it's shaping up, isn't it, brother?
Yeah, it's getting down to it. It's hard to believe, but we talk about it every week about how quickly the year goes by. But we've only got 2 more games that are guaranteed to be played left this year.
Yeah, only 2 more are guaranteed on the broadcast schedule, and or in that one being tonight, Anthony. And then next Friday night, we're going to go over to the Inferno, and we'll do that game. If you are just joining us, let us know where you're from, and we'll get your name on the air. We appreciate everybody joining us on Stork Vision tonight. Director of Schools, Dr. James Sullivan. The principal here at Rockvale is Steve Luker. 624 square miles cover Rutherford County at a population of 360,000 people. We're going to work 48 minutes tonight under a waxing crescent. This is Region 3, 6A football in the state of Tennessee. Rockvale closed in 1971 and then reopened in 2019. 2,200 students, a staff of about 105 teachers. The colors are royal blue, white, and gray. We're located at 6545 Highway 99. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. We have an app. It's located in your Google Play and your iTunes store. And the population of Rockvale, just out here in this little old community, is 1,300 people. Like I said before, we've got a wonderful cast of characters that'll be joining us tonight. And this is our crew. We lost a camera person, Judy the Beauty, to a torn meniscus. That'll be operated on Monday, and we will not be getting her back. The lady on the camera tonight, she's a manager of Nod, a restaurant. She is also a hat maker from time to time for the company called Rustler downtown. Her best friend is her dog, Sophie, from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That'll be Jolie Spencer. This guy constructed and built the website called Stork Vision. He developed our app that's in Google Play and iTunes with a degree in systems analysis and data processing from Western Kentucky University. He lives in Louisville, Kentucky. Sam, the soccer man. This guy's from parts unknown, graduated from Otterbein College, home of the Cardinals, has a degree in mass communications. He runs our stats, he runs our graphics, he hovers high above us every Friday night. That's Dean Fox, the Fox that Rocks. This guy does MTSU soccer, football, and softball. He's done some hockey, he's done some boxing, a degree from MTSU in media communications, counts money in the day, from Los Angeles, California. My color analyst tonight is Anthony Fiorella. My name is Stork Montgomery. I own this contraption. We call it Stork Vision, and really excited to be here tonight. And wow, I just came in.
Yeah, that kicked up.
That kicked up, didn't it? We had a somehow or another. I'm not modulating
properly. We're getting
properly.
a little bit of feedback, it sounds like.
Yeah, I need to. Let's see if I can switch off and get in a better position and entertain you a little better. Let me switch ports to the 2 ports. Hello, yeah, that's a little better. Let me back some things off here and get a little bit better in control of my broadcast as we're getting ready here to go.
Move me, because this is...
Well, here, you're fine. You're fine. You're draped there. I mean, we're not going to be on this all night. Come on. We're not going to Florida. So, anyway, appreciate everybody joining us here on Stork Vision. Let me see if I can tune me in a little better and pull me back here.
We got to start a little bit early tonight, so while Stork works on that audio board, the The man, Dean Fox, has gotten us some real great notes that we wanted to share
They're juicy.
with y'all.
They're real juicy.
This is just good stuff. So
yeah.
we will start with tonight's matchup between the Blackman Blaze and Rockvale Rockets. So in the series overall, this is going to be the 5th meeting between these two schools. Blackman leads the series 3-1 overall, including a 62-28 win last year at the Inferno. In 2021, Rockvale got its win in the series, winning a 50-45 shootout that clinched Rockvale's first playoff berth. We were here at that game, and we did that game.
Yeah, we did. We did that game.
This has been traditionally, it's always been a high-scoring series with the winner of this ball game always scoring at least 42 points, and I think we're going to stick with that trend tonight, Stork.
I really do, and you probably won't see a lot of kids put this ball in the air tonight. It is a windstorm up here tonight.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to switch headsets. I was going to try to run this one, but I don't think I am. Just talk, Anthony. Let me switch headsets.
When you look at Blackman overall, the Blaze are 3-5, but they can claim a playoff spot with tonight's win, and their offense is really starting to gel, averaging 29 points a game over their last 3 contests. Blackman hasn't scored more than 28 points in a game during its 1-4 start to the year. When you look at the host Rockvale Rockets, they've won consecutive games for the first time this season with 2 straight wins over both Coffee County and then last week against Pope John Paul. Rockvale's 4 losses have come against some of the state's best teams, and the teams that beat the Rockets this year have combined to go 26-6. Overall, when you look at the playoff picture, because of course at this time of year, that's what we're all working for. I'm back, okay. Tonight's winner is in. If Blackman wins, it would hold head-to-head tiebreakers over both Rockvale and Siegel. If Rockvale wins, it would hold a head-to-head over Blackman and have a better overall record, so it would be able to get in because of that, even though Blackman beat Siegel. Tonight's loser is not done, however, by any stretch of the imagination. If Rockvale loses tonight, it can gain the final playoff spot by, I say simply, of course it'll be a task, but all they have to do is beat Siegel. They don't have to have any other outside help. It's just they control their own destiny. You win, you're in. You lose, you're out. If Blackman loses tonight, they can get in by beating Coffee County next week, and Rockvale will have to beat Siegel because overall Siegel would have a better record than Blackman, so that's why the key there, they need Rockvale to win that game. Siegel's chances come down to next week. Even if the Stars are able to pull off an upset on the other side of town from where we are now over Riverdale, they still will have to face probably a do-or-die situation next week where they're going to have to win this tonight over Riverdale and then beat Rockvale next week. So chances looking a lot bleaker if you're Siegel versus being Rockvale or Blackman. What about Region 4 6A, you ask, because that is who the Rutherford County schools are going to be matched up with going into the playoffs. The big game tonight is Cookeville traveling to Green Hill.
Hills, yeah.
If Green Hill wins tonight, the region playoff picture is pretty simple. Mount Juliet Green Hill would play for the region title, and Lebanon Gallatin would play for 3rd place next week. If possible, it is possible, however, that Gallatin could get to 2nd, or Green Hill could fall all the way as far as 3rd. But if Cookeville wins tonight, there will be 4 teams in a deadlock for 2nd place, and we're not going to know anything about that region until probably 11 o'clock next Friday night.
Yeah,
so
and
still a lot of parity there.
Yeah, and that region is, I'll tell you, let's talk about some of those games we got on that card tonight. Because Anthony, I love a lot of that first one. Just blares.
That's the one. Anthony. That is the absolute one.
Go ahead.
Every year that there is certain games, no matter who it is, what classification, that you look for every year in the state of Tennessee. You look at matchups like Oakland Riverdale, you got Germantown Houston, that's a big rivalry game. Brentwood Academy playing against Ensworth's always a big one. And tonight, we're going to have Maryville at Alcoa.
One of the oldest rivalries in the state of Tennessee. It's one of the oldest ones, but there's some juicy ones on there. Look at some of those.
You also have MBA at Baylor. That is a big matchup in the private school sector.
It is, and Coach Thomas McDaniel talked about how good Baylor is and said they look like a college team. Their linebacker, I think, comes from Canada, he said on that coach's show.
And if you're Bearden hosting Morristown West tonight, can't overlook Morristown West. They can come into town. They've got some talent. They can knock you around a little bit if you're not careful, and that would really shake up that region down there in East Tennessee. You have Knox Webb at Boyd Buchanan tonight.
Boy, that's a big game. Gary's been talking about that one all year, and he's going to get tested tonight. His team will get tested. Lost his big key running back. Going to be interesting to see how that score comes out.
Little 1A ball, Stork. You love these matchups. Oliver Springs at Coalfield.
This is a great game. It's a normal. It is a big-time traditional game. Not a lot of people know about it, but the Oliver Springs Coalfield, I think those two schools separate each other less than 4 or 5 miles.
But not far at all.
Not far at all.
And then going back to East Tennessee once again, love this matchup. McCauley at Knox Catholic. Big game. McCauley, of course, we know about them. Arguably the best team in the state. Going on the road to a Knox Catholic team that has been real tough to beat defensively.
Yeah, and that is a good one in that private sector, like you said. That Knox Catholic, McCauley, Ralph Potter's the head coach over there at McCauley, and then how about that next one? It's
Bradley Central traveling to Cleveland, and Cleveland's a ball club that's going to be real hungry tonight. They took it in the chops last week.
They sure did.
That was a tough loss against Maryville,
and I thought that score would be a little closer.
I did too, and it was not. But big win for Maryville that really needed that because they've had a little bit of a rough year for their standards. And then coming back here to the Middle Tennessee area, you travel just up I-24 a little bit. Big ball game. This is going to be for first place in Region 5-6A.
It's in Antioch.
The Smyrna Bulldogs against the Antioch Bears. Both of them undefeated in region play.
I tell you what, that quarterback for Antioch, he is excellent.
Special to watch.
Special. He's just a freshman. He's already, he's already getting a lot of looks.
Another big one in Region 5-6A on the other side, the northern side of the county, just off of Sam Ridley Parkway, ducked off back there. Stewart's Creek at Laverne.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Very good matchup. And then, of course, Region 3-6A, non-region, the Oakland Patriots hit the road. They're heading to Williamson County to take on another 7-1 ball club in the Ravenwood Raptors.
Yeah, that is a great game over in the Williamson County area. Really like that one.
Riverdale, of course, hits the road. They're at Siegel tonight. We talked a little bit about that one. Siegel their backs are against the wall right now. They're in a situation where they got to win both of these last two games.
Lost their quarterback, Santel, and he was the guy that really made the train go. He was the engine.
And if you're Riverdale, just equally as important because you've got to win this game tonight to be able to keep pace to set up a Battle of the Borough next week where it's also the region title game. Father Ryan at Christian Brothers. You like that one?
I like that one. I like Father Ryan at Christian Brothers, Anthony. I think it's going to be a really good game. I see that one as.
And then over again in West Tennessee, Rodney Salisbury's Whitehaven Tigers are going to take the short trip just a little bit further east to take on Collierville.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good game. I like that one. I wrote it down, and then you got some other ones up here.
McEwen versus Hollow. Where's Hollow Rock?
I have no idea.
That's a new one. I've not heard of them before.
I just wrote it down.
Rick Rice is going against Hollow Rock tonight. Of course, Rick Rice, the former coach here at Rockvale, and down in Alabama, Helena and Ben Russell.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. If anybody doesn't know who Ben Russell is.
Huge 6A game down there for
those
for the
of
Huskies.
Us who come from the 80s generation, Russell Athletic Wear and the sweatshirts they used to make of the collegiate world, a lot of people wore Russell Athletic Wear, and that's where it comes from, Ben Russell.
Still big today, of course, too. And then the Albertville Aggies so close to getting that first win last week.
Against Grissom. That was against Grissom.
They take on James Clemens.
Yeah, and they need that they need to get a win. We were pulling for them last Friday night. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. We appreciate John. And
getting closer to the anthem, and then we'll talk about, we've seen both of these ball clubs tonight, so kids to watch. We saw Blackman last week. We always start with the away team. Thought that Carter Gregory did some good things in that ball game last week. Kind of had to force the issue a little bit there in that second half, but
Riverdale scored so quick, Anthony.
Yeah,
and it really did not give them a fighting chance.
That's something about Blackman. For them to win this ball game tonight, they can't get themselves behind the 8 ball. I think similar to last week, they got to get Caden Perkins going early. You got to be able to get the running game going, because when you get that running game going, it sets up play action to where you can get Campbell Lee and Alex Bigelow and John Dragoo and some of those other receivers involved, and it gets Carter Gregory's confidence working to a better place as you get later and later into this ball game. And if indeed we do see some sort of a boat race, you've got to establish the run early if you're Blackman. And then I challenge them defensively. Their secondary, they got ripped apart last week against Riverdale Stork. Got to improve there tonight.
Yeah,
on the back end.
And Riverdale, a lot of penalties last week. They're going to have to clean that up before they,
play Siegel and play Oakland. Yeah, absolutely.
Clean,
and then
especially Oakland.
For Rockvale, man, this is, you got to like where you're at if you're the Rockvale Rockets tonight. A big region matchup at home. You got your home crowd. It's a beautiful night for football. Like you said, the wind's whipping a little bit, but that's okay. You know what?
It's really calmed down compared to what it was
earlier.
And
it's going to be off and on throughout this ball game. So something that I think is going to be important for Rockvale tonight that's going to affect them offensively, the kicking game, Stork.
Yeah.
The kicking game is going to be very important for them. We saw last week Blackman struggled with that a little bit, and I think that's somewhere that Rockvale has a bigger advantage over Blackman is in the kicking game, something that could affect it big time. And then, of course, defensively for them, a couple of weeks ago when we saw them, man, they got a weapon in Cam Frierson. If he can pressure Carter Gregory and get that front 7 going, I think that can make a huge difference for them in this ball game tonight. And then Brennan Mayhew, the senior quarterback, looking for a big signature win late in the year. Of course, everything's just shaping up to where it could be a really good night tonight if you're a Rockvale Rocket fan.
Yeah, and, Mayhew's got to have a good game. He's got to get his feet set. I mean, his line's got to give him a chance to throw the ball and
absolutely.
do what he does. And they got to we've yet to see Rockvale really get in a rhythm.
And you know what you get out of a kid like Brashon Odell as well, running the football. He has been effective as well, but I think overall in a ball game like this, you gotta ride Brendan Mayhew. I agree with you, Stork. He's got to have a good ball game tonight, because I think you're going to have to air it out and take advantage of the fact that Blackman's a little weak in the secondary.
They are. They're
You've got good receivers and kids like Brashon Odell does get involved in the passing game. We've seen him catch the ball quite a bit. Malik Hicks at receiver for Rockvale is a good weapon as well. So I think you ride Brennan Mayhew to victory tonight if you're Rockvale. And then alternatively, like I said, for Blackman, got to get the ground game going early. I think you can if you can go right at the teeth, and that offensive line can play like it did in the second half against Riverdale last week, and go right into the teeth of the Rockvale defense and wear them down later in the ball game, it's going to open things up for you.
I'm totally with you on that. I'm with you on that, because that's got to happen. I mean, Rockvale's got to find a way to have an effect on Blackman to where, they don't find themselves in trouble. And the reason I'm saying that is they don't go very deep. Rockvale just don't have a whole lot of depth when we start talking about substitution-wise.
Yeah, and honestly, that's kind of been something that for Blackman too. They're a little bit of a younger ball club, and they don't have quite as much depth as some of the other 6A teams do. Now, I will say both of these teams, as we've gotten later and later into the year, have definitely improved on a week-to-week basis. I think some of those games that Rockvale played early in the year, where they took it in the chops playing some of those really good teams, have set them up for success here later in the year. They're in a position to where they can get themselves on a 3-game winning streak if they reel one off tonight, and set yourself up for what's looking like it could be a third place spot in the region, to where, yeah, you're going to have to travel, but you're going to go against a team that, even though you're traveling in that first round, you got a real shot against.
Yeah, and we got that game next Friday night. And that's going to be an interesting matchup because, Coffee County.
We know they're out, but they could play spoiler and really throw a monkey wrench into
what
things.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Your attention to the base of the flagpole, where our chair of honor sits. This unoccupied chair is in honor of those who are still prisoners of war or missing in action. There will always be a
Next to the
place in
flag.
this stadium awaiting their return.
That
You will
thing
not
might
be
be in the way, though.
It says, for as long as we have wars, we will send our young to fight. We will have those who are missing and the POWs flight. All the people of this nation have this duty to fulfill. We must keep them in our thoughts, and we must have the will to bring everyone home and do all we can to find the POW, MIA, leaving no soul behind. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like for those that have served in the armed forces to please stand, and the Rockvale High School JROTC Cadet First Sergeant Samantha Olson and the Rockvale High School student body faculty salute you for your service. Let's give them a hand. Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove all headgear as the Rockvale High School JROTC presents to you our nation's colors. The color guard is led by Cadet First Sergeant Samantha Olson. Carrying the left rifle is Cadet Sergeant First Class Caleb Boyden. Carrying the right rifle is Cadet Second Lieutenant Josie Bloom. Carrying the Tennessee flag is Cadet Second Lieutenant Lydia Knight. And carrying our nation's colors, Cadet Captain Madeline Crumbly. We ask that you would please remain standing until the colors exit the stadium. And now, performing our national anthem, ladies and gentlemen, the Rockvale High School Marching Band.
Colors finally making their way off the field. Do have to say, one of my personal favorite press box views as the sun is going down is here at Rockvale High School, going down behind the hills that separate the communities of Rockvale and Eagleville.
Some of the most precious farmland in Rutherford County is located right out here by Rockvale. If you don't believe me, just try to go buy a house out here at Rockvale.
Oh, yeah.
You want a sticker shock? Go try to buy a house out here at Rockvale. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John.
Thank you. You may be seated at this time.
We're excited about tonight's broadcast as we get ready to go, and Jody Spencer's doing a real good job. She did a great job last week, and I'm sure she'll keep you tuned in tonight.
We appreciate her and all the work that she has done, along with Dean Fox and Sammy.
Dean
we
Fox
know you're out there
hovering
too.
high above us.
We appreciate all of you, and John, of course, for making this thing go.
Yeah, we hope.
So we got a big 30-foot tall Blackman Blaze banner, and we got a big blow-up Rockvale helmet down here.
Well, we're going to be without Sam tonight unless he jumps in and makes Patty drive as they're working their way up to Iowa. I got a score.
Iowa, okay.
Yeah, I got a score coming out of East Tennessee so far. Webb's 3, Boyd Buchanan 6. That's in the second quarter. Bradley Central right now up on Cleveland 15-7. That's in the second quarter. Maryville Alcoa knotted up at 14, you all. Maryville Alcoa knotted up at 14. And that's about all we got going on right now.
Your white hat tonight making his way onto the field, Mr. Dan Payne. We have not seen him yet this year.
Yeah, and the captains are getting together, and
down there on the far side of the field.
Spencer, go to Blackman.
Spencer,
go to Blackman. Yeah, go to Blackman.
Good tight shot down there.
Yeah, go to Blackman.
It's hard to read those orange numbers for Blackman.
There we go.
You got number 10, Donovan Holloway. You have got number 9, Josh Rochelle. He's a running back and a linebacker. Number 0, that's the tight end, Campbell Lee. And number 8, Anthony Hernandez. And down here on the near sideline, the captains for the host, Rockvale Rockets, quarterback number 1, Brennan Mayhew. You've got number 21, Terrence Crawford, and number 20, Brashawn Odell.
So we get ready to put a coin in the air and go to work. 48 minutes under a waxing crescent tonight. Little Region 3 6A football in the state of Tennessee as we are in Week 10, Game 9 as quickly has happened and come up on us, Anthony.
Yeah, yes it has. Quitting.
I tell everybody it don't take long to do a high school football season. Everybody thinks it's a long time. It's not. It doesn't take long at all. It seems like yesterday we were starting, and next Friday night will be our final broadcast of the regular season. We do not have any idea where the heck we are headed for playoffs. That will be
that'll be wherever the TSSAA tells us to go.
We'll talk with Matt Gillespie with the TSSAA and Corey Steneker with the NFHS out of Atlanta, and they will assign us to our game of week 12.
We of course will keep you up to date via our social media channels. But if you don't have it yet, we got an app in the App Store. Go download it. That's another good way that you can keep up with us, and that information will all be on the app, of course, as well.
Yeah, you can just type in Stork Vision, and that app is free. Our developer did that for us, and we are one of the only companies that does have an app. We've got an app.
We try to make it easy for y'all.
We do. We've got so many fancy gadgets working.
Little one-stop shop to the blue-collar broadcast. We appreciate y'all sticking with us, and we thank you for joining us tonight.
We went to Center Grove. We've been to Boyd Buchanan. We went to Helena.
Yeah.
And saw a great game down in Helena between Helena and Briarwood. That's 2 or 3 weeks ago.
The show has been on the road this year, that is for sure.
We have pushed the thrusters on that space shuttle of Dean Fox.
He's in the air. Yeah. Thanks again, Dean, for those notes. Always enjoyable getting to fill in the fans with those. That's great stuff. We love it.
Copernicus, he does a heck of a job. He's the only guy on our staff that's paid, and we love him to death. He's a special guy. He'll be running me all those numbers and keeping me up to date on really who's really performing and how the game tracks out. Dan Payne wants them to come to the midfield mark for the coin toss of Game 9, Week 10 here in Rutherford County, Tennessee.
Got
these two schools, Anthony, they don't like each other.
This is I know that this is only the 5th meeting, but I think this is definitely a budding rivalry we're going to have here in this county because not a whole lot of real estate that's separating the two of them. You know, there's a lot of kids that got pulled from Blackman when Rockvale opened to come out here to Rockvale.
Yeah, they sure did. Dan's talking to them and, you know, telling the white helmets talk to the white helmets and the orange helmets talk to the orange helmets. And Anthony, you've been out there at a lot of those coin tosses, and it's a lot of fun to be that close to your opponent before you get ready to knock the fire out of them.
So I actually only did once ever. Was I a captain and got to go out for a coin toss?
Really?
But, yeah, we rotated every week between seniors is how he did it. But but yeah, it's different when you're down there. You shake hands, and as soon as you come out of it, man, you're ready to go. When you come through that banner, you're ready to knock somebody's teeth down their throat.
Blackman has won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. That means Rockvale get the ball first from the space capsule of Copernicus. He's running us a score. Baylor 14, MBA 0 in the first quarter. Blackman has won the toss. They defer to the second half. Rockvale's going to get the ball first. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. And we're getting ready to go to work.
A little Metallica for you.
One of the cool places to watch Friday Night Lights as both our teams are in the same end zone as they get ready to run through their banner. Rockvale with that sexy football helmet and the blue lights illuminating from the cage. Blackman with their traditional banner. Here comes the Rockvale Rockets. Here comes the Blackman Blaze.
And the Blaze are entering the field as well.
We know that Dean likes this place because it is a launch pad. He can land and fuel if he needs it.
He will land.
He will land at halftime and put a little more go-go juice in there.
Yeah, if he knows he's got the keys to the rocket fuel here out at the launch pad. He'll steal from Steve Luker, that's for sure.
We appreciate Mr. Luker and everybody at
Listen,
Rockvale.
you all
their
have no idea how
over the
much
years.
equipment I've got, but Steve Luker, you all tonight, had 4 or 5 people here at 4:30. They loved all my equipment up here to the top. Anthony, we had every bit of this equipment up here, and Spencer did all the directing. No time. We were blessed.
I'll tell you what, we're getting ready to put the ball in the air here in no time as well.
Yeah, and the equipment gets a little bit more as we'll be adding the canopies, and we've already added the heat.
As it gets later and later in the year, we gotta add some stuff, some logistics, so we're not chattering our teeth the whole broadcast.
Yeah. Du Bois is downstairs. He just let everybody know that we're live and on the air with this broadcast. And we appreciate you, the fan, joining us here on Stork Vision as cars are still coming in out here at the launch pad.
Got some drones flying overhead, getting into position.
Yeah, it's
that's the huddle camera now.
Yeah, it's one of the fun places to come out. Rockvale's got a great band. We saw Kelly Krager. She told us Tom Krager's at the house sitting on the couch. Running tonight's show. So, Anthony, Borum Bozen is set to kick for the Blackman Blaze. And we're ready to go.
For Rockvale is both Malik Hicks and Jalen Morgan.
Sit down, grab your favorite beverage. I'm getting ready to entertain you kids for the next 3 hours as we get ready for 48 minutes under this waxing crescent. Dan Payne blows the whistle, and we're underway with a 7 o'clock right on the nose at kickoff time. That's going to go out of bounds, 35.
Rockvale going to get some good field position.
Yummy. Go get it up to 35.
So the Rockvale Rocket
or up to
offense.
the 30. Sorry, up to the 30. Yeah, that's a pretty good field position. I mean, if you can get that, you take it every time.
I told you before the game, Stork. I think the kicking game is going to be big here tonight. Yeah, absolutely. If there's one spot that you can say,
well, I was
has
right.
An advantage,
I was right. It is the 35. I knew
35,
I was.
Yeah.
Well, yep. Here we go.
Blackman with a traditional 4-3 front is what they like to run on defense. Rockvale will come out in a spread offensively. A lot of RPO stuff out of them.
Mayhew's going to work with Brushawn Odell just to the left of him. And Mayhew operates out of a shotgun with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Brushawn Odell coming this way, up to the 35, up to the 40. And that's what they want to do, Anthony. Just keep it on the ground. Tackle made by number 7, Ian Carruthers.
Outside zone, got a really good block on the outside from his receiver, Logan Padgett, working on number 4, Jaden Lark, the corner down there, able to get a good 6-yard pickup there on first down.
It's going to be 2nd and 4, and the ball marked just on the 41-yard line. And Mayhew will work with Brushawn Odell just to the right of him. They'll send 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. And they like to work with a tight end every once in a while, so you'll see him in action. Mayhew claps, lets Brushawn Odell have it. Odell trying to go down that left side on the far side. Ooh, Anthony, he picked up a couple, but boy, Blackman was there to lay the wood. I like number 8.
We got a late flag, so Rockvale I think is going to get a first down.
Anthony Hernandez was there, number 8 on the stop. And Dan Payne wears the white hat. He says it's unsportsmanlike called against the Blackman Blaze. Boy, that'll leave a mark. That's going to put 15 yards.
Cannot do things like that in that situation.
15 yards on this run. They're going to write that kid's name down. That's what they're doing right now.
Going to have to fix the clock, too. It was still working. They just now stopped it. But, yeah, you're right, Stork. Cannot do that in that situation because that's a good job in pursuit by the Blackman defense. Another outside zone play there. They work it all the way to the sideline and run Brushawn Odell out of real estate. And this personal foul is going to give Rockvale, of course, a first down.
Well, they're going to step it off. I mean, this is going to leave a black mark. You wait and see.
It's going to take it into Blackman territory.
Sure is. And they're going to work on that, still work on that far hash right at about the Blackman 42. Now, this is what Guthrie wanted. Just good field position. Let's see if his team can get it in here. 1st and 10 now for the Rockets. 2 down here to the bottom of the screen, and Brushawn Odell is to the right of Brennan Mayhew, and now we've got a little bit of logistics.
Clock. They never fixed it.
Clock. They're going to tell him, go up in the press box. If you can't get that trigger to work, you're going up to the press box. They're talking to him now. They're telling him.
They're going to have to reset it. Oh, man, they put a whole nother minute on there almost. Another 40 seconds just about. 11:32 is where we're at.
Yeah, the time's kept on the field, so we'll see what
What we do know is that it's first down for Rockvale on the Blackman Blaze 42-yard line, and even though it's only been a couple of plays, they are on the move now.
Beautiful night for high school football here in Rutherford County. All right, here we go. Knee pad, you're coming out. Well, they're docking them, Anthony. It's number 17, Britton Judkins. And now they're going to send 10, Javion Elliott, out there. And Mayhew will go to work with Brushawn Odell right to the right of him. They're going to let Odell have it. Boy, they just wrapped it up quickly. They've already read that, Anthony, and they know what's going on. Number 7. Yeah. Ian Carruthers, number 7. Go ahead.
A very good job right there. I mean, again, another outside zone. What do you got to do? You got to beat that offensive lineman across his face. He does just that, and a big tackle there by Carruthers as well.
Big 2nd down here, Anthony. You need to get a list, half of it, into only so you can kind of stay ahead of the change and make it a reasonable 3rd down. Ball now marked on the 43 of the Blackman Blaze on that far hash. Mayhew operates from a shotgun. They tip, bring 2 over. Going to make that left side a little strong. Give it back to Brushawn Odell, and Odell's going to be wrapped up, Anthony. I mean, sea of humanity as the Blaze is all right there.
I think it was Josh Rochelle that got there first. And, you know, Stork, we talked about the Blackman secondary and how tough of a week they had last week. But you know what? Tonight, Stork, the front 7, and especially that defensive line, if you can lean on them and they can continue playing like this, it's going to help out that secondary quite a bit when you get into these 3rd and long situations.
It's 3rd and 10 right now, and they move the ball a little bit more toward the midfield mark.
That is one thing that Blackman has done well defensively this year is they have been tough against the run.
All right, they're going to send 2 wide receivers down here to the bottom of the screen. Watch 5. Jake Sales, they're tipping. They're bringing those two down. That'll be number 21 also. Terrence Crawford. They're going to let Brashawn Odell have it. Odell looking. Boy, big number 98 was there, Anthony, to bring him to the earth. And that's Sam Islip.
Yeah, and a conservative play call there on a 3rd down and long. And I was going to say, I bet money the reason they did that here is because they wanted to keep the offense on the field on 4th down, and that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, going to try to get it. 4th and 9.
Big situation here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've stuck to the ground game. They've yet to let Mayhew throw it yet, but now I'm probably going to have a level 2 pass here to get that first down. Odell's going to line up to the left of Mayhew. We got 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Mayhew gets in a deeper set. Needs just a little pooch punt. And that's going to start at the 20. Right idea, Anthony. If you could have trapped that ball down there at the 1 and downed it, you really gave them, what you wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a good try right there, but just a little bit too much on that one. And Blackman, big stop for them defensively after the personal foul, and they're going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 20. We got any new scores?
Yeah, Boyd Buchanan 7, Webb 3, Bradley Central 15, Cleveland 7. That's at halftime. Carter Gregory runs the offense for the Blackman Blaze.
He's got Caden Perkins with him in the backfield.
Perkins, going to let Caden Perkins have it. Perkins looking for some running room, and it wasn't there, Anthony.
Yeah, and we talked a minute ago about Blackman's defensive line and having to have a big game. We know about Rockvale's defensive line, one of the best in not only just this county, but some of the better defensive linemen in the state. And that was a position of question for them coming into this season. They've all really stepped up along that defensive front.
Timmy Williams with number 8 was there on the stop. It's 2nd down now, 2nd and 11 for the Blackman Blaze. Cade Perkins rides up to Carter Gregory, and Anthony going to bust him for a false start. It's now going to make it 2nd and 16 as 5 yards will be given advantage to the Rockvale Rockets in the position game.
And we talked about it pregame. If you're the Blackman offense, cannot afford to get behind the 8 ball, Stork. So
Carter Gregory going to send Cade Perkins to the right of him. 3 wide receivers, a lot of moving around. Anthony. What's it going to be?
That's twice in a row now that their left guard, number 52, Xavier Wesley, has jumped.
Well, now it's on the 9-yard line as they continue to move backwards, and Rockvale just loving every minute of it. They're going to stick with the same play. 3 wide receivers now. Carter Gregory with Cade Perkins to the right of him. Gregory looking to throw. Do a little dump pass to number 1, Ethan Carson. And Carson not going to get a whole lot of it as the Rockvale defense right there. Timmy Williams was in on it. Also big number 72, Jacarius Green.
A tunnel screen right there trying to get the ball in Ethan Carson's hands, one of their big playmakers. He can do things in space, but again, Stork didn't have the space there. So
well, let's put them in a 3rd and 16 with 3 wide receivers to the top. They're going to bring Cade Perkins up in the slot and actually make it 5 wide receivers.
Oh, and that's going to be 5 on Rockvale.
Yeah, and that's really what they wanted because that's going to make it a little more manageable. It's going to make it about 3rd and 10.
And we'll see here if Blackman, I think they're going to stick with the same play call here, it looks like. No, they're going to mix it up a little.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, 5 wide now.
Yeah, 5 wide, 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Carter Gregory will operate with an empty backfield.
No safety help over the top.
Little screen pass. Didn't get it, Anthony.
Yeah, and if you can hit Alex Bigelow there in stride, nobody around him until Jalen Morgan, who's down here on the near side of the screen, he'd have plenty to get enough to get a first down right there. Just too much of an overthrow there.
Coach Guthrie likes this. His defense played real well. He's going to get the ball back, going to get a little bit better field position.
And this is something, Stork, that we saw last week. Blackman missing their punter, so Carter Gregory's been punting, and not the greatest of punters. Gets a good one off there, though.
Sure does. Boy, it's going to take a nice Blackman Blaze roll, you all. Look
A
at that.
very good punt there by Carter Gregory, making me eat my words. Good job, kid.
Yeah, 17 and a half, almost 18. It's going to drop down to the 18 as they'll operate on this hash that's closest to us. Doing a real good job, Spencer. Doing a real good job. Just keep it up. As we're live here at the launch pad of Rockvale High School. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. As the wind continues to pick up.
We've seen a drive out of each team, and I know it's only been one drive, but we predicted a boat race here tonight, and so far both defenses have stepped up.
A little bit different of a setup from an offensive perspective because Brashawn Odell is right behind Mayhew. Mayhew from a shotgun lets Brashawn Odell have it. Odell working this way, looking. And really, he's done most of the offensive weapon so far tonight.
And Stork, I think Rockvale's offense has been a little bit more effective this year when they run out of that pistol set that you get like that, because I think that when they run the zone plays, they're not quite as effective running the football versus when you run a traditional bob or a power type of play, or even traps inside, crossbuck sweeps and things like that.
Two wide receivers ride to the top of the screen, and Mayhew's going to operate out of a shotgun. Brashawn Odell coming this way with the football. 15's got a hold of him. Trey McGaffey. That was a 63-yard punt, Dean Fox says, from the Fox that Rocks. Copernicus coming right in there, you all. Feed me those numbers. Thank you, Copernicus. Third down and very manageable, Anthony, as it's 3rd and 4. So you could use Brashawn Odell here, or, I mean, you don't have to put it in the air, and yet to put it in the air. They split the receivers, one to the top and one to the bottom, and Odell is to the right of Mayhew. Trying to get him to jump. Guthrie playing, messing with him.
It would be enough yardage for a first down, so can't fault him there.
Smart move.
Brendan Mayhew changing the play here.
Mayhew. Now he's just going to dump it. He gets it off to number 21.
I don't think he's going to have enough. Crawford didn't quite get there.
No.
A good tackle right there in space.
I don't think he knew where he was. I think he thought he was a little bit closer.
I think you're right, Stork, because where he was in relation to the chains, I think you're right. Otherwise, he turns and sticks his foot in the ground and tries to fight harder to get upfield, but a big stop there for Blackman's defense.
Exactly.
I think McGaffey, your deep man. No, it's not McGaffey.
That's number 20, Anthony.
That is Dragoo.
John Dragoo.
Any new fresh?
I have not checked our score stream tonight as we're struggling. We do not have Sam Montgomery shoving those scores to me. James Clemens 3, Albertville 0. Collierville 7, Whitehaven nothing. No score on Greenville and Cookville. We're just getting underway here in Middle Tennessee. Still in the first quarter, no score here at the launch pad. Carter Gregory, little pitch pass to number 8, Hernandez. It didn't go nowhere, Anthony. Didn't go nowhere.
A great job in play recognition there by number 8. That's
Timmy
Williams on the stop there. On that last drive, Timmy Williams made a stop in the backfield. 2 quick TFLs tonight for the outside linebacker, Timmy Williams.
He's causing a lot of problems for Carter Gregory and the Blackman Blaze. Carter Gregory's going to work with 4 wide receivers, and Cade Perkins slides to the right of him. Carter Gregory looking to throw. He's catching some heat. He comes to the earth, Anthony. He comes to the earth. Big 68. Melvin Boone got back there, Anthony, and swallowed him up.
Just a 4-man rush, Stork, and Melvin Boone did a good job right there. One-on-one, working on the guard right there. Put a little slip on him, and big sack there. It's going to be 3rd and Christiana for Blackman.
Yeah. It's big 3rd down for the Blackman Blaze. Carter Gregory going to work with 4 wide receivers. Cade Perkins slides to the right of him from a shotgun. Carter Gregory looking
Zone
to throw.
Coverage.
Lets it go. Oh, he wanted Bigelow, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, and they go zone coverage right there with trips on the bottom. So you had them outnumbered down here to the boundary. So right there, a big missed opportunity for Blackman.
Riverdale 7, Siegel nothing. And there's the kick, and he loses his shoe, Carter Gregory. 25-10. Oh, and that's what Blackman wanted. Pinned it all the way back down to
Another
5.
Good punt there for Carter Gregory. So we talked about it, Stork, the kicking game, and Blackman so far, of course, they had that for opening kick go out of bounds, but Carter Gregory punting the football, doing a good job of flipping the field and making things tough for Rockvale's offense.
No score in Oakland and Ravenwood. No score on Smyrna and Antioch. Maryville and Alcoa are knotted up at 14, and that's a game going on at Alcoa. Home of the Tornadoes. Brian Nix is head coach there. 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Rushawn Odell is to the right of Brennan Mayhew. Mayhew operates from a shotgun. Lets Odell have it. Odell running on that far side. Looking, still looking. Trying to turn the corner. Anthony got a little wide. Big number 17 got back there and got him. That's Lance Friend.
Yeah, a good tackle there by Friend. And Odell had a little bit of real estate, and I think he may have even, after he crossed that line of scrimmage, looked like he had 3 or 4 and backpedaled a little bit, so they're only going to pick up 1 on that play.
So let's call it 2nd and 9 now for the Rockvale Rockets. Ball rides just on the 6-yard line. Brashawn Odell is to the left of Brennan Mayhew. They're going to use the advantage of the field here in line 2 wide receivers. I've let Odell have it. Odell working. Boy, he got mad at the line of scrimmage by Campbell Lee. And that was a 58-yard punt, Dean Fox says. Thank you, Dean. Copernicus helping us out there. Very much more manageable, Anthony, as now it's 3rd and 5 for the Rockets as the ball rides just on the 11-yard line, about the 11.5.
Got to be careful here if you're Rockvale's offense as well, backed up deep in your own territory.
Yeah, you sure don't want to make a mishap with a screen pass or something, because it could be an easy pick 6.
Pistol set. They might run it again.
They moved a little bit. Mayhew, a little hot, Anthony, not going to be there. It's down.
A little bit low of a snap there, Stork. I mean, but you would be surprised how much that can affect yourself in the passing game, because when you're running a quick slant like that, it's all about the timing. That quarterback having to go down and get that snap and taking that extra quarter second to do that can throw everything off, and I think that's why that throw was a little rich that time from Mayhew.
Yeah, he got it out of his hands quick, and he knew what he wanted to do with the ball.
Blackman going to get great field position here. Oh, high snap.
Boy, it is. He gets it away.
Smart call to make the fair catch there, and now Blackman's offense is going to start on the Rockvale 39. So a great job by the defense of getting a 3 and out with the ball starting inside Rockvale's own 10-yard line. Now you get yourself great field position.
We saw Riverdale try to do a fair catch last Friday night, and it was a kooky play. Blackman kind of ended up with the ball, but I tell you, it was just a kooky play in the fair catch world.
If you're Blackman, though, you've got to take advantage of situations like this tonight, Stork.
Cade Perkins going to run right up the middle, Anthony. Boy, he just gashed him for 15 yards. Big number 9 was there on the stop, DJ Thornton.
An inside zone play right there, and Caden Perkins is a kid that once he sees a hole has great acceleration. He's done very well with that this year. Multiple 100-yard games rushing for him as he's working toward another one here tonight.
1st and 10, and Carter Gregory's got a fresh set of 4. Cade Perkins to the left of him, 2 wide receivers up on the line, and a flag flies.
I think it's going to be an illegal procedure here.
Teams have combined for 18 yards on 17 plays. From the space capsule of Copernicus, running those stats tonight, bringing me all those numbers in here. I mean, there's nobody that can run numbers like Dean Fox, you all. I mean, he can rip it. Keeps us informed here as he's hovering high above us. Got a good crew tonight.
Another penalty there on the Blackman offense.
2 wide receivers up on the line of scrimmage, and Cade Perkins takes it on a handoff and still on his feet. And that was something we watched last week, Anthony. He really churns those legs hard.
Yeah, and going to be important for Rockvale's defense. Got to tackle well tonight, Stork. I know it's one of those fundamental things that you always preach and talk about, but with a running back like Caden Perkins, can't let him get extra yards off missed tackles.
Quick set for Carter Gregory and the Blackman Blaze on a 2nd and 9 as he's operating out of a shotgun. 3 wide receivers. They're going to move Campbell Lee in motion, that slot. Ooh, almost got him to jump, and I think he did.
Yep.
That's going to be 5 yards.
Flag on the play.
Give him 5. Being nice to him tonight. Being real nice to him.
5-yard penalty.
All right, the ball's now on the 19-yard line. Let's call it 2nd and long 5 or a short 6. Carter Gregory going to work from a shotgun. 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom, 1 in the slot. Perkins is to the right of Carter Gregory. As we're just under a minute here in the first quarter. No score here at the launch pad. Carter Gregory lets it go. Ooh, kind of looked like he pushed off there a little bit, Anthony. Number 20 for the Blackman Blaze, Dragoo.
Yeah, they had the right idea there. It's a corner route that time. So if you're Carter Gregory, you got to throw for that back shoulder, which is exactly what he did there. Just a little too much on that one.
Well, he's going to reset him and see if he can't
Gregory,
call it again.
Gregory's a baseball player too, Stork. He's got a heck of an arm. He's got good arm strength.
Most baseball players are great quarterbacks. And Cade Perkins going to go right up the middle, and Anthony Ian's going to be very close to the first down marker.
Yeah, and
it'll be up to the spot.
Inside the 10 here. Now, Stork.
You can 4 down territory. Right.
Well, I know you're close enough that you could probably kick.
Yeah,
I don't know what Borenbosen's range is here, but something you got to take into factor tonight, Stork, is the wind when you're going to kick the football. I know you guys can't see right now.
Dan Payne says, I don't need to measure it. It's a first down.
Okay.
Chain gang moves. Boxman resets everything to 1.
That changes everything.
That changes everything. So a fresh set of 4 given to the Blackman Blaze as they're on a roll. Look, they sent Carter Gregory out. They're going to let Cade Perkins run a little wildcat. Here we go. Perkins up the middle. He's gashed him for a touchdown. Touchdown, Cade Perkins. Touchdown, Blackman Blaze.
Man, they really blocked that well up front, Stork. A really good job there. And the Wildcat opened a big hole right there for Caden Perkins that did the rest. And the kicking game, Stork, we talked about it earlier of how Rockvale had an advantage of that coming into this ball game. But Blackman using it to its advantage to get great field position after a defensive stop. They get themselves a touchdown.
Going for 2, Anthony.
Yeah, they are.
Going for 2. Oh, looky here. And they just quick snapped that to Campbell Lee, and he ran right in the end zone.
To the side right there. I don't know that I've ever...
Carson. It was Ethan Carson.
I don't know that I've ever seen that before, but, I mean, it's legal as long as the ball goes backwards when the center snaps it. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter what direction it goes in. Wow.
Just
that was a cool play right there.
Ethan Carson just walked right in the end zone, so...
Not 7-0. It is now 8-0.
Yes, big advantage.
Big score there for Blackman on the road at the end of the first quarter here to come out and get yourself on the board first in this ball game.
Beautiful night out here at the launch pad. Your principal, Steve Luker, Director of Schools, Dr. James Sullivan. Stretched across 624 square miles, 360,000 people. Our sponsor tonight under this waxing crescent is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. We appreciate you, the fan, joining us. Principal here at Rockvale is Steve Luker, good friend of ours. We always enjoy coming out here and calling at Rockvale.
Borenbosen to kick, Malik Hicks and DJ Thornton deep for Rockvale, 2 of their bigger weapons, and we hadn't called their name tonight yet, Stork.
No, we haven't, and we have called their names in the past. Blackman brought a good crowd, as they normally do, and we knew this game would be packed. Borenbosen.
Hicks is going to return it.
Hicks 20, Hicks up to the 25, and that's the end of your first quarter, and not a bad first quarter. The stats are going to be kind of, with only 1 score, but we'll wait for Copernicus to get those to us. And
tell you what, though, Stork, it's been a little different, though. You know, we thought, hey, we're going to get another boat race out of these 2 schools like we've had in the past, but so far both defenses are playing well.
As we flip sides of the field, I'm going to give you a little rundown on some scores. Boyd Buchanan 7, Knox Webb 3. That's in the third quarter. Bradley Central 15, Cleveland 7. So that's manageable, and that game is at the half.
That would be a big upset if you're Cleveland.
James Clemens 9, and Albertville 0. And Dean Fox has already got me those stats from the space capsule hovering high above us. First downs, Blackman had 2, Rockvale had 1. Rushing, Blackman 31 yards on the ground, Rockvale 22. Passing, both of them had 2 yards apiece. Total yards, Blackman 33, Rockvale 24. And the penalties, 4 penalties for 30 yards, Blackman blazing 2 for 10. 5 plays, 39 yards, 2 minutes and 3 seconds burned off the clock from Copernicus. Brennan Mayhew bottles snap. He completes it, Anthony, to number 34. And that's going to be, is it number 14?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Number 14, Logan Paget.
Yeah, that was a good job right there by Brennan Mayhew. Had good protection up front, Blackman and zone coverage deep. Logan Paget did a good job as a receiver of sitting. Sometimes you can't finish your route. You got to sit sometimes in that soft spot of the zone coverage. They did just that.
One to the top, one to the bottom. Brashawn Odell up the middle for a good 2-3 yards. Ball's going to be spotted at the 45-yard line.
Brought down by big nose tackle Archie Roseman. They list him at 6'4", 295, Stork.
I don't think
you'd want to get in a fight with that kid, would you?
He can go first at the concession stand.
Yeah.
Paul marked on the 45. They're going to send a receiver to the top and a receiver to the bottom. Brashawn Odell is to the left of Brennan Mayhew.
Second and 4 by Nupco, Water Restoration.
And here we go. Fakes it to Odell, play action, cuts it loose. Oh.
Good coverage down there by
Paget.
Yeah, Trey McGaffey down there. They were working on McGaffey for Blackman. Logan Paget, the receiver that time. McGaffey just did a good job of staying with him step for step. Mayhew had nowhere to go with that football. McGaffey was all over him.
Rockvale's now put themselves in another position of a 3rd and long, and now need a level 2 pass to get that first down.
Stork, that's one of the toughest things to do on a football field. Play cornerback in general.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you got to have eyes in the back of your head. I mean, that is a tough position to play.
3 to the top, 1 to the bottom, and Odell lines up right behind Mayhew. Mayhew cuts it loose. Oh, it was almost intercepted, boy. I tell you what, number 15 for the Blaze, Trey McGaffey, wanted it bad.
But another big stop there for Blackman's defense. They try to get him on the comeback. He had Jalen Morgan open on a post pattern on the other side of the field, but I don't think Mayhew ever saw him.
Well, the ground game has been okay for Rockvale.
Watch the pooch run again.
The pass game hasn't been there so far. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Mayhew now.
Yeah, here it comes.
Pooch punt. Bad snap. He gets it away. Digs it up
Too
off
much
the
on
earth.
that one. No,
No,
I guess not.
Oh, he's going to roll down to about the 2.
Good job there by Brennan Mayhew on that pooch punt.
Morgan down to Jalen Morgan. He's being recruited by Alabama. And tomorrow, here in the Volunteer State, it is the 3rd Saturday in October, and
Who you got in that one?
Our balls are down in Tuscaloosa. I don't know. It's one of the most special games in college football. As we know, the first Saturday in May is the Derby.
The very first time they played the Alabama-Tennessee game, it was in Birmingham, Alabama, and that game actually ended because the fans ran onto the field to protest a late offsides call against Alabama.
Legion Field. That's where Bo went over the top.
Yep.
Carter Gregory clapping, and they're running a long count. Now audible coming in as he's got Cade Perkins to the left of him. They got one wide receiver up on the line. They let Cade Perkins have it on that left side. Perkins, he's going to get out of the end zone a little bit.
Yeah, good job there by Caden Perkins. If you're the offensive Blackman, you're just trying to get yourself a little bit of breathing room and some room to operate here.
Kevontae Porter was there on the stop for the Rockvale Rockets.
If you're Rockvale's defense, man, I almost would get kind of aggressive here. I'd send some heat.
They tip, bring 2 down. Carter Gregory going to work from a shotgun. He lets Cade Perkins have more. Cade Perkins was met by big number 68 of the Rockvale Rockets, and that's Melvin Boone.
Yeah, Melvin Boone had that big sack earlier in the first quarter. Good stop there in the run game, and we talked about it again, Stork, that Rockvale front seven and how important they are to this defense. Have a great
Their
linebacking
defense is
core.
actually keeping them in the game, Anthony.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense is keeping them in this ball game.
It sure is.
Carter Gregory now on a third down, the third and manageable. Oh, bad snap. He's going to have to run it himself. He's going to get that first down.
Yeah,
He's
it
still on
looks
his
like
feet. He's
it.
still on his feet.
Wow.
And he got a little bottled up. He actually wasn't tackled. He was kind of fell forward. Number 7, Malik Hicks was in there. Chain gang will move. Boxman will reset. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John.
Yeah, and Angelos Brooks, one of the linebackers for Rockvale, that's big-time player for them. Him and Carter Gregory, a little jawing after the play there. It was a kooky play, and Gregory made the most of it.
3 wide receivers ride to the top. K. Perkins lines just to the right of Carter Gregory. They let K. Perkins have it. Perkins coming up the middle. Nothing there, Anthony. Just nothing there. Big number 6 was there. Angelos Brooks.
Yeah, we just talked about him. He's one of their big-time players.
And
Perkins' helmet come off, so
he got to go
he got to
out.
come out of the ball game for a play.
And it's on a second down.
The backup tailback is Jabari Kemp, number 27.
And we saw Kemp run a little bit last weekend. They did run him. Kemp now going to ride to the right of Carter Gregory. They got 3 wide receivers up on the line of scrimmage. Little dump pass.
Oh, what a big hit right there. Man.
Number 11, I believe that's Braden Tomlinson.
Oh, man, and Cam Frierson read that tunnel screen from the get-go. Oh, boy, he popped Campbell Lee hard, and we hope Campbell Lee's okay. I'm sure he just got the wind knocked out of him, hopefully, but, man, what a big hit there by Cam Frierson.
What did we just say, kids? We said Rockvale's defense is keeping them in this ball game, and hits like that and keeping the game in front of you.
Yeah, we
huge.
certainly hope Campbell Lee is okay, but man, it's a part of the game of football, Stork. It's a contact sport. It's a physical sport.
You can turn it up.
Man, a play like that from the Rockvale
up,
defense can really swing the momentum in your direction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It'll give me a minute to run through some scores and catch you, the fan, up on what's going on here in the state of Tennessee as we're waiting.
Good. Campbell Lee looks like
Campbell
they're
Lee
getting him
to
up.
get up.
Good. Yeah, I'm sure I was going to say it didn't look like he got hit in the head or anything, or so good. It was a hard hit, but it was clean, and I'm sure he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Judy says I need to bring myself up a little bit, and I will. Thank you, Judy. Appreciate you and Sophie watching at home. All right, Boyd Buchanan 7, Knox Webb 3. That's the Ames in the third quarter. Hey, kids, we got a little update here. Bradley Central 15, Cleveland 13. That'd be a big win for Chandler Tigard. As Boo Carter's on that team for Bradley Central. Antioch 7, Smyrna 3. Ravenwood 12, Oakland 7. Riverdale 14, single nothing. Carter Gregory operates from a shotgun with Kane Perkins to the right of him. 2 wide receivers to the top, 2 wide receivers to the bottom. Carter Gregory looking to throw. He throws it. Oh, he was catching some heat. Big number 68 was back there, Melvin Boone, giving him all kinds of problems.
Yeah, number 8, I think also Timmy Williams was in there. And a big stop there for the Rockvale defense.
What did we say? Rockvale's defense
We got to
is keeping
follow.
them in
There's
the ball
a
game.
flag down.
Is there a flag down?
There is.
Let's see what the
It's
damage
in the
is.
backfield near where Carter Gregory was.
Dan Payne wears the white hat tonight, and this is the first time we've had Dan so far this season.
I don't think this would be grounding, Stork, because I know he was inside the tackle box. The throw definitely got across the line of scrimmage, and maybe they're discussing, was there a receiver close enough? We'll see. Yeah, they're going to wave it off.
Well, they discussed it, and now we've made a new decision based on new information, and now we're doing something else. Here we go.
Malik Hicks deep for Rockvale now. We'll see if they can get a return out of one.
They get it away.
Going to roll dead at the 49-yard line of the Blackman Blaze is where Rockvale will take over. Oh, no, they're moving it up. Looks like to the 45. Must have bounced out of bounds.
$5 t-shirts. If you purchase a sweatshirt at $30, you can get a t-shirt for $5. So $35 to help you get your sweatshirt.
Hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Rockvale really needs to get on the board to make it lively. Mayhew will operate from a shotgun. Brashawn Odell going on the right side. Odell's now found the lane. He's still on his feet, and boys off to the races. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, one man to beat. He goes into the end zone and scores. Touchdown, Brashawn Odell. Touchdown, Rockvale Rockets.
And that's why you don't abandon the run game, Stork. Missed tackle right there on that outside zone. I talked about it earlier. They haven't been quite as effective in that outside zone earlier this year, but a big run there by Brashawn Odell, breaking some tackles, able to get himself into the end zone.
PAT attempt. This is an untimed down. Going to do a little swing and gate. Gate.
Kick it and go for one.
Yep, not gonna chance it, Anthony.
And it is up and good. The extra
Preston
point.
Fuller, number 44, kicked it through the uprights.
So, man, a big response there if you're Rockvale, Stork. I mean, just took them a little while to get it going offensively, and I think that's what they needed, exactly what they needed, a big play. They get the big play out of the big hit by Cam Frierson on the defensive end, sparks a big run for Brashawn Odell offensively, and we've got a whole new ball game now.
We sure do, and it is getting yummy here at the launch pad. They already got the score up on score stream. Hendersonville 7, Hendersonville 7 and Lebanon nothing. That's a big game going on. Albertville still yet to get on the board. It's 9-0. James Clemens is ahead of them. Like I said before, Antioch has beaten Smyrna 7-3. Ravenwood beating Oakland 12-7. Riverdale's beating Siegel 14-0. Collierville on top of Whitehaven 7-0. No score yet up on the plateau as Green Hill and Cookville are going at it. And I'm looking to see no McEwen yet. No update yet on the Maryville-Alcoa game. So we are back here at the launch pad with Anthony Fiorella from Los Angeles, California. Spencer Montgomery from Murfreesboro, Tennessee is on the camera. Copernicus is hovering high above us, and Sam is riding in the car with my mom and dad on the way to Iowa to see my nephew and his wife.
Cool.
Yeah, they're watching Stork Vision, just like you are, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the kick. Called at the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Whoa, boy, what a big tackle. And, man, what a feisty return made by the Blackman Blaze.
That was number 81, Riley Talley, the sophomore on the return that time, and a really good return as well, as Blackman's going to get good field position here.
Well, they are. They're going to get yummy field position on that return.
But, man, last drive, you know, we saw that that Rockvale defense come out and make a big stop there. So we'll see if they can get another one here. Chains are backwards down there.
Band out here at Rockvale having a big time as they're playing low.
That's your song, isn't it?
That is the song, isn't it? We
had a penalty on the return, I guess. A little block in the back.
Yeah, it was.
That hurts.
We was at Riverdale last Friday night. Spencer's decided she don't like the music over at Riverdale since they changed it. She said, you know, it's got to be Casey and the Sunshine
Oh, no,
Band.
and unsportsmanlike against Blackman is what the call is here.
Dan Payne laying the wood. 1st and 10 now for the Blackman Blaze. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Carter Gregory to the left, or Kate Perkins to the left of Carter Gregory. Boy, nice reception there made by number 88, Jaden Guy. Guy still on his feet. Guy works up to the 20. Ball on the ground. Ball on the ground.
Boy, Blackman fortunate to come back up with that one. A good job there by Jaden Guy. Again, going against zone coverage. They
Good
run
vision.
that comeback
Good
route.
vision.
Yeah, good vision after the catch. A very dangerous runner when he gets the football in his hands. A great play there by Jaden Guy.
And now Blackman says we're ready to strike back. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. 1st and 10 for Carter Gregory as Cade Perkins is to the left of him. They let Cade have it. Boy, he was met quick, Anthony. Didn't quite get him down. But, boy, they shook him up just a little bit.
Yeah, that was Cam Frierson that got there first. Missed the tackle that time, and they were able to bottle him up at the line of scrimmage, however.
He was. It's going to be 2nd down now, 2nd and 10. Not much of a gain.
Wind is blowing currently in the face
It's
of the
blowing
Blackman
everything.
offense.
2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Carter Gregory from a shotgun with Cade Perkins to the left of him. Screen pass. They complete it out. And that's number 80 again. That's
83.
83. That's Mark James.
First catch of the night for Mark James. They're going to get good yardage there on the bubble screen, about 8 yards now.
Very
Big third
manageable.
down here, though, if you're
Very
the Rockvale defense. You've got to come up with a stop down here as we're getting closer and closer to halftime.
They're going to give it to Cade Perkins, who's on the left of Carter Gregory, and that's what they do. Cade Perkins now running. Cade's going in the end zone.
There's a
Touchdown.
hold.
Touchdown, Cade Perkins. Touchdown.
They're going to get the
Blackman,
receiver,
but it's coming back.
Yeah, John Dragoo on the outside. They're going to get
They
him for a
busted
hold
him.
on this
They
call.
busted him.
That's what sprung the touchdown on that run.
Yeah, you can't hold.
It's hard because, honestly, it's a cliche in the game of football. You hear it all the time, but it's true. There is holding on every play, Stork. I'm telling you that there is. And it's just the severity of it, and if it gets caught or not.
Right. And especially when it affects the touchdown, whether you make one or you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now 3rd and 11 for Carter Gregory
Big
and Cade
call.
Perkins. Yeah, big advantage now to the Rockvale Rockets. Carter Gregory cuts it loose.
Oh, they're going to get Malik Hicks for pass interference.
Yeah, he wanted number 83, Mark James, who just received a while
You
ago.
can hear a couple of boos down here from the home stands, but it looked like Malik Hicks got his hands on James just a split second too early there.
Yeah, it looked like he had a hold of his jersey just a little bit.
It was good coverage, and he read the route correctly, but I think even had he not touched him, probably would have been able to bat that one away either way.
They're going to call it a hold instead of a pass interference,
Okay.
Anthony. I mean, he didn't make the pass interference sign. He made the
I didn't
holding
think
sign.
he had hooked him that hard, but apparently they thought so. And again,
Better
I
angle.
say it every week. That's why we're up here and not down there.
They tip, bring 2 down over to the left. Going to be strong left. Carter Gregory slaps, looking to jump them offside, you all. As Matt Kreisky says, I can do the same thing. Hard count. Cade Perkins, left side. Oh, looky here, Anthony.
Look who it is. Number 59, Cam Frierson. They bring pressure. They were showing blitz the whole time, and Blackman still deciding to run the football there. They didn't check out of anything, and they lose yardage there. A big tackle there by Cam Frierson. 4th and 4 now, Stork, and
Big
this is a big
4th down.
situation.
You got 5:42 left to go on the clock. Clock spinning. They're going to go for it. 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Cade Perkins to the left of Carter Gregory on a 4th down. Here we go. Throws it to Cade Perkins. Little screen pass.
Didn't get there.
Didn't get it. Did a swing pass and didn't get it.
A great job in pursuit by Angelos Brooks, the outside linebacker. A big play by a couple of linebackers, both Cam Frierson and Angelos Brooks, on 3rd and 4th down. That's a big stop if you're Rockvale, Stork.
Anthony, you just, Blackman won the toss. They're going to get the ball as you come out. How do you want to end it up? What you want to do, you want to take as much time off the clock, go right down this field and score, and go in at the half with the lead.
No need to rush either. You got 3 timeouts, so just do your thing here with 5 minutes and change.
Yep, that's what I would do. Mayhew going to operate with Brashawn Odell right behind him. They let Odell have it. Odell running. And they're going to give them 5 yards on that as soon as they mark it.
That ball did pop out at the end of the run, but it
the
was
whistle had
well
already
after
blown.
they had blown the whistle. But at the end of the day, you know, not the end of the day if you're Blackman either, because the one plus you get with it is at least Rockvale has got to put together a long drive if they're going to
sure
get points
do.
here.
They sure do. Mayhew will operate from a shotgun. Brashawn Odell right behind him. 2 wide receivers. Mayhew now looking. He's wanting to throw. Receivers are covered up. They're rushing him, Anthony. He's going to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, just nowhere to go there. It was a good job by number 45, the outside linebacker for the Blackman Blaze, Rodney Irvin. You're in zone coverage right there. The corner, Todd Lark, does his job. You've got one receiver down here on the bottom, and Irvin knew that, and he knew, hey, once Mayhew escapes the pocket, I've got to get him close enough to the sidelines before I can pursue, and he timed it up perfect.
Okay, Brashawn Odell's going to line up right behind Brennan Mayhew. We're going to work with 2 wide receivers, and Mayhew's going to operate from a shotgun with his feet just on the 15. Mayhew cuts it loose. He's found wide receiver Brennan, number 2, Jalen Morgan.
Yeah, very good job right there by Brennan Mayhew. They were bringing the blitz. They showed blitz, and it came. They blocked it up pretty well, and he did a good job of finding Jalen Morgan for the first down, his first catch of the night.
1st and 10 now for Brennan Mayhew, and this is what we talked about. Just a slow, lurking drive is what you want.
Morgan's still just a junior, Stork.
They give to Brashawn Odell, and he's not going anywhere. Big number 79 was in there, Anthony. And that's Archie Roseman. You mentioned him earlier.
Yeah, a good play there by Roseman. He'll play nose tackle when they go with 3 down linemen. A 3 technique on the outside shoulder of the guard when they come out of the 4-3. He can play a 1 technique as well on the inside shoulder of the guard.
Mayhew from a shotgun, 2 wide receivers. Brashawn Odell to the left of him. They clap and they let. He's going to keep it. He busted him, Anthony. Boy, he's gashed him now. He's up to the 45. He's up to the 40. Brennan Mayhew on a big quarterback keeper.
It was a great read that time. It was an RPO play there, Stork, and Mayhew read it perfectly because Blackman brought a blitz with their inside linebacker. Because you come out in a spread, they've only got 1 linebacker over the middle, and Mayhew knew that and was able to take advantage of it. A good decision to keep it himself there.
All righty, 1st and 10 now for Mayhew. He's going to operate with 3 wide receivers, a little bit more of an arsenal attack. He's got Brashawn Odell just to the left of him. Blackman in a 4-2-5, and boy, they had him. They wanted the big tight end, number 5, Jake Sales.
Yeah, Sales. We called his name several weeks ago when we were here when they played Oakland. He made some big catches for him. Still yet to come up with one tonight, and that one nearly deflected into the hands of the safety, number 8 for Blackman. That's Anthony Hernandez.
Well, 3 minutes and 16 seconds. You plenty of time. Ball's marked on the 41. 2nd and 10. Mayhew just needs to guide it into the end zone. Blackman's trying to stop them and get the ball back. Mayhew, quick pass. What did I say? It's intercepted, you all. 40, 45. Number 15. Is that McGaffey?
That's Trey McGaffey, and just not a great decision there. You know, I know that's
double coverage.
It's his first read. You're right, Stork, but he throws it into double coverage that time, and Trey McGaffey, who nearly got an interception earlier, gets one here tonight. And Stork, this Blackman secondary, we talked about him having a rough week last week, stepping up and making some big plays here in this first half.
Well, now Blackman's got plenty of time to score.
And then they've got 3 timeouts as well.
And going to get the ball back coming out at the start of the second half. Carter Gregory going to hand off.
That's Jabari Kemp on the run this time.
They bring Kemp in. Let
His
Cade
first
Perkins
carry of the night.
Let Kemp have the ball and Cade Perkins take a rest. He's going to pick up about 2-3 yards. Let's call it 2nd and 7. Boone there on the stop. They're going to work with 2 wide receivers. Carter Gregory with Kemp to the left of him. They're going to move Ethan Carson. Now Ethan coming back. Boy, Ethan Carson, if he gets the ball in his hands, he's dangerous. Carter Gregory. Boy, they read it, Anthony. I mean, they read it.
They're going to call it an incomplete pass. Great play there again. Look who it is. Cam Frierson, man. I mean, he has just played a great football game here in this first half for an inside linebacker. Just a menacing presence over the middle.
Well, what you didn't want, Blackman didn't want to happen is get, you're on third down. This has been a quick offensive series if you don't get this first down, Anthony.
Boy, and I tell you what, Stork, the way that he's played, a guy that Frierson kind of reminds me of, a former Smyrna Bulldog from about 10, 12 years ago, a kid named Dion Meadows went and played at Marshall.
I remember when Dion came to town, he played at Smyrna Youth.
Very similar ways that they play that inside linebacker spot. Oh, had it wide open. They were looking for number 32, Jackson Zeltner.
Did you know that Dion Meadows was a freshman and started on the 07 championship team for the Smyrna Bulldogs?
I did.
And also Jeremiah Bryson. Two on the front of the line, two wide receivers. Or now we're going to punt. We're punting. Carter Gregory's punting, sorry.
No rush there from Rockvale, and Gregory's able to take his time there and print him inside the 20. But a big stop there by the Rockvale defense, and we're going to get to see this offense
in a
run its two-minute drill. Yep,
that's what you got to do.
You know, and that last drive there, I mean, Brennan Mayhew, a little bit of made a mistake. It's okay, but how do you respond?
It did damage you.
Yeah, how do you respond to the mistake? That's the big thing here.
Defense bailed him out, kids. Defense bailed him out.
Team sports, Stork. You got to step up for your guys.
All right, here we go. Mayhew from a shotgun. Three wide receivers are up on the line. Brashawn Odell. Mayhew looking to throw. Mayhew cuts it loose. Oh. Well, they wanted number 7. It was kind of funny right there, Malik Hicks, but I thought that he might throw the flag. Didn't you?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, you probably could have made an argument for a flag either way that time, so I think it's probably a good idea to just keep it in your pocket there. Both kids were – that ball was in the air for a long time. Brennan Mayhew really uncorked one there, and both kids fighting to try to find the football, and I don't think they could ever get to it.
Brashawn Odell to the right of Mayhew. Three wide receivers up on the line of scrimmage. And they let Odell have it. Odell works up. He's got 5 yards, but he's quickly tackled on a running play by number 7 for the Blackman Blaze, Ian Carruthers.
Yeah, and here you wonder, I guess they're probably going to elect not to here, but after this third down play, if you're Blackman, if you're Rockvale here, maybe keep it on the ground. We'll see if they get aggressive or not. I don't know, but try to force Blackman to use a timeout.
3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. 3rd and long now for Mayhew.
I think they're going to get aggressive and try to keep this drive alive.
Brashawn Odell to the right of Mayhew on a $1:24 left here in the first half at the launch pad.
Work as much play clock as they can, though.
Mayhew pulls it.
Play action, looking for Jalen Morgan, and
wasn't there.
Just too much on that one. And the thing that hurts more about that, Stork, what I was talking about a second ago, with the incompletion, Blackman gets to keep that other timeout in its pocket now.
And it's an incomplete pass. The clock stops.
Don't want to go.
Had that been a running play, that clock could still be running.
Right, you got to force them. But that's the thing. If you get aggressive and you get burned, it hurts you more.
Well, we all know that poem. If and buts were candy and nuts, and it was Christmas all the time, you know.
Right, exactly.
Coach McDaniel said that several times on his coach's show. And now Blackman going to try to do a 1 minute and 4 seconds from their own 42, and it's doable. It's doable, Anthony.
It certainly is, but yeah, that hurts a little bit there if you're Rockvale going 3 and out. But these last several series, man, their defense has really stepped up to the plate, and Blackman is having trouble getting anything going offensively. Both teams really, honestly, having trouble getting anything going offensively. I thought this was going to be a high-scoring game, and so far in this first half, it's been a battle of defenses.
Here we go. Carter Gregory from a shotgun.
It's been a real physical football game, too.
Boy, he completes it out there. And what did we just say a while ago? Ethan Carson can do a lot of damage with the football, and he picks up the first down.
And that'll stop the clock for him to move the chains, too. Got to hurry, though. Got to have some urgency about you if you're Blackman.
All right. Gregory from a shotgun. Carruthers. Ethan Carson, Cade Perkins. Look,
there it is.
There
what
it
a
is.
throw.
What a throw by Carter Gregory. As he's found Jaden Guy. Jaden Guy goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaden Guy. Touchdown, Blackman Blaze.
Second throw of the night for second catch of the night, rather, for Jaden Guy. Both of them have been big ones. And, oh, no. I think he hurt his ankle celebrating.
You don't want to do that.
Oh, boy. I hope he's okay. But, man, like you said, Stork, what a ball there by Carter Gregory. I mean, floated that thing over the top and hit him right in the breadbasket. Extra point up and good now. So Blackman able to strike quickly. They get a drive with 1:11, and it only takes them 2 plays to find the end zone, and they take a 15-7 lead, and you're in a situation where you're going to get the ball back again to start the second half.
On that last drive when Rockvale scored, it was 1 play, 45 yards, 12 seconds went off the clock. Odell had 11 carries for 70 yards. Perkins, 8 carries for 45 yards. From Copernicus, who's riding high above us. Let's see if I've got some scores coming in. Missed that stat.
Here's Blackman's scoring drive as well.
Go ahead.
Got 1 play, 45 yards, 12 seconds off the clock. Brashawn Odell, 11 carries, 70 yards and a touchdown. Caden Perkins with 8 carries, 45 yards and a touchdown.
Boyd Buchanan, 14. Webb, 10. That's in the fourth quarter, you all. Bradley Central, 22. Cleveland, 20 in the third quarter. James Clemens beating up on Albertville, 23-6.
And that's a live ball. You got to pick it up. Stayed in bounds. That's what hurts about some of those short kicks, Stork, that go toward the boundary like that.
Right.
Is if it doesn't go out, you're forced to field it because it's a live football.
We told you all this would be a good game.
That's
Antioch 20. Antioch 20, Smyrna 10. Well, there's only 32 seconds.
Well,
You're not going to try to do a whole lot.
I think if you're Rockvale here, maybe try one deep ball,
I wouldn't
maybe
do
one.
No.
And see what you get out of it.
You've
and
already
then
thrown
go
an
from there,
interception. I wouldn't do that, Anthony. They're not going to do anything.
Yeah, they're going to be. It looks like they're going to run the ball.
Yep, they're going to run the ball.
That's why I said at most maybe try one.
No, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Rashawn Odell. He busted.
Take it into the half.
Yep.
But, I mean, other than 2 big plays for Blackman's offense, Rockvale playing great defense, and then kind of the same thing for Blackman's defense, you know. I mean, we challenged them after having such a rough week last week, and other than the big run by Brashawn Odell, they did hit on 1 big pass, but they didn't score out of it. So that's what's really been the difference in this ball game.
3, 2, 1. It's halftime here at the launch pad. This is
Not
what we're going to do.
Not a lot of big plays.
This is what we're going to do. I'm going to read you some scores. Dean will get us that last drive. Here we go. He's got that stat up that where Blackman scores. It was 2 plays, 57 yards, 27 seconds off the clock. Carter Gregory's 8 for 14, 113 yards and a TD. And the halftime stats will be coming up here real soon. As that, I guess that is our halftime stats. Yeah, that is it. And we can read those here shortly. Blackman, 7 first downs. Rockvale had 5 rushing. Blackman 51. Rockvale buck 4. Passing, Blackman 113. Rockvale 41. Total yards about even. Blackman 164, Rockvale 145. Turnovers, Rockvale 1. Blackman didn't turn the ball over any. And penalties, 6 penalties for 55 yards by Blackman, and Rockvale for 3 penalties for 20 yards.
But yeah, just a real grinded out, physical first half of football, Stork. And I thought we were in for a boat race, but I've really loved the physicality out of this first half.
Bands are coming out. I'm going to read you some scores. We're going to take a break and get ready to get back. Blackman, of course, the Blackman score here, Blackman 15, Rockvale 7. We're at the half. Boyd Buchanan 14, Knox Webb 10. This game going on over in East Tennessee. Cleveland 20, Bradley Central 22. Hendersonville 7, Lebanon 0. James Clemens 23, Albertville 6. Christian Brothers and Father Ryan, no score yet. Antioch 20, Smyrna 10. That's at halftime. In the second quarter, Oakland Patriots 28, Ravenwood Raptors 12. Riverdale 28, Siegel nothing. Collierville beating up on Whitehaven 21-7. No score from the Plateau. No score on the McEwen Holy Hollow Rock. Fourth quarter, Maryville and Alcoa knotted up at 14s. And that's all I got right now, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Everybody's doing a great job on the broadcast. Appreciate everybody joining us. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. It's been a great first half. Kick back, take a break. We'll do 24 minutes under this waxing crescent. Appreciate you, the fan.
Freya Warner, Hatley Savage, Madison Hunt, Rosalie Perez, Division I cheerleaders. And now, our Division I football players goes by Robert Brooks, Chad Harvey, and Levi Smith. Number 3, Roman Brooks. Number 4, Caleb Harvey. Number 6, Josiah Reed. Number 11, Ray King. Number 12, Cam Hart. Number 13, Jacob McCardo. Number 22, Bentley Schmidt. Next we have Division II cheerleaders, goes by Kristen Marston, Ivy Curran, Jayla Edgick, Olivia Yoder, Addie Strength, Sophia Garcia Alvarez. And now, our Division II football players, coached by Chris Harding, Cal Bratcher, Dennis Jordan, and Michael Rafferty. Number 2, Savion Jones. Number 3, Nico Brooks. Number 5, Clay Waller. Number 6, Killian Adams. Number 11, Anthony Bratcher. Number 12, Paxton Wall. Number 15 is Ashton Champion. Number 19, Cash Jordan. Number 22, Zach Davis. Number 32, Lucas Chase. Number 51 is Zachary Schultz. And now, we'll end with our Division III cheerleaders, coached by Melissa Curran and Tracy Ingram. Addison Dart, Cadence Ingram, Carly Ussery, Rhoda Warner, Shaylee Freighter. And now, for our Division III football players, coached by Eric Daniel and Chris Bell. Number 4, Eli Daniel. Number 6, Eli Haley. Number 11, Benny Brooks. Number 12, Bradley Reed. Number 14 is Muhammad Dua. Number 15, Jason Garza. Number 17 is Reed Mertz. Number 18 is Cooper Nelson. Number 19, Jaden Carpenter. Number 20 is Jacob Cassis. Number 21, Charles Harden. Number 22, Ezekiel Vasquez. Number 25, Aiden Soto. Number 28, Maximus Norman. Number 30, Braylon Bills. Number 32 is Bentley Bissinger. Number 55, Langdon Nelson. Number 56, Cooper Lucas. Number 58, Zell Romy. Number 68, R.J. Schultz. And number 84 is Dakin Marston. Ladies and gentlemen, please give these athletes and cheerleaders, everyone, a big round of applause as they make their final push into Southern Middle Tennessee Youth Football Playoffs. Thank you from Rockvale. Good luck, Rockets up. Now we're making preparation for our performance from the Rockvale Band. Special thank you again for the Hiller Company for sponsoring the Rockvale High School Rockets football pregame meal. This has been their 5th consecutive year of making this contribution. Thank you to Jimmy Hiller, Matt Cook, Jim Thompson, David Gardner, Seth Henderson. Become a member of the Happy Hiller Club and receive discounts. On behalf of Coach Brian Guthrie and the RBHS Rockets, we say thank you. Also, we want to say good luck to the cheerleaders as they travel to Huntsville, Alabama to the Space Center Regional, looking to earn a bid to the Nationals in February. Good luck to our cheerleaders.
Entering the field for your halftime entertainment, please welcome the Rockvale Band. Our 2023 production is entitled Supernatural, featuring the music of Edward Reed, Michael Jackson, Imagine Dragons, Kanye West, and Katy Perry.
Okay, Rockvale Rocket Band was performing there for you at halftime. Appreciate you, the fan, joining us here on Stork Vision. Game 9, Week 10 here in the state of Tennessee, and we're in a good one right now. Of course, Blackman on top, 15-7 in the fourth quarter. Boyd Buchanan 14, Knox Webb 10. So Gary leading that game in the fourth quarter, looking for win number 9. And that would be win number 483 for him, career-wise. Knox Catholic has now gone ahead of McCauley, 13-10. Bradley Central, 22. Cleveland, 20. That's still in the fourth quarter. James Clemens, 23. Albertville, 6. Hendersonville, 7. Lebanon, nothing. Christian Brothers fathered Ryan. I still don't have a score. Oakland now on top of Ravenwood Raptors, 28-12. Alcoa has now gone ahead of Maryville, 21-14 in the halftime. At the half, Antioch 20, Smyrna 10.
Whoa.
At the half, Stewart's Creek on top of Laverne, 14-0. Second quarter, Collierville 21, Whitehaven 7. Second quarter, over at Siegel High School, Riverdale beating up on them 35-0. No score on Green Hill Cookville from the launch pad, from the plateau. And that's all we got. Appreciate you, the fan, joining us. And Blackman is now coming back out, warming up. 3 minutes left to go in the half, Anthony.
Yeah, and again, we touched on it earlier, but I wasn't anticipating this at all, Stork. I mean,
I wasn't
I've just been caught off guard.
I was.
But, I thought there was going to be a lot more offense in this ball game, and it's been all defense. I mean, we've seen some big hits.
Yeah.
Kids reading their keys. We've seen turnovers. The kicking game has come into play here. I mean, it's just been an old-school knockdown, drag-out fight.
Yeah,
it really has.
And from a quarterback perspective, Carter Gregory's had a decent first half, managed the game well for the Blackman Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
Mayhew, couple of miscues, and then threw the interception, and he's got to clean that up in the second half if he's going to try to get the Rockvale Rockets back on track.
I agree. They're going to need him. They've got to lean on him in this second half, and honestly, it's just going to be really interesting to see what kind of adjustments we see out of Matt Kreisky's Blackman Blaze team and Brian Guthrie's Rockvale Rocket teams on the offensive side of the ball for both of them. What type of adjustments do they make? Because both defenses tonight have just really been bottling up the offenses. It's been a couple of big plays is all we've seen, Stork. You had the big Odell run, and then they did have one pass that they hit on earlier in the ball game that was caught by Malik Hicks. It was about a 25, 30-yard gain.
And then the Jaden Guy play where Jaden scored.
And then for Blackman, they had a big Caden Perkins run and a big Jaden Guy long pass that they scored on. But other than that, I mean, nobody's been able to put together a long, sustained drive that's resulted in points.
No. And, you're Blackman. You're going to get the ball as we come out here in the second half. You want to get the ball, Anthony. You want to go right down and score and create a real mess for Brian Guthrie.
Exactly, because in a situation like the way that this ball game has been shaping out so far, a 2-possession lead could be huge.
If you're Brian Guthrie, this is what I want my team to do. I want them to go out and I want them to stop Blackman immediately, give me really sweet, yummy field position. I go down and I score and make this game real tight. That's the game plan, Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big ask, but your defense has played well in the first half.
Anthony, big ask or not, we are in game 9. You got to
make things happen.
You got to start asking.
Yeah,
you got to start telling. I mean,
absolutely. You got to make things happen. I mean,
you're running out of games to play, and
exactly
we're in
right.
region play, and next Friday night is the last game, so
it's a big ask, but you've got to make it happen.
Six more quarters is what you got in the regular season of high school football.
Yeah.
And kids, think that this that the season is long. And it feels like you're long when you're in it at times, but you clap your hands once you hit those midweek, those mid-year games, about Game 6, and you turn around and the season's over, Anthony.
Yeah.
And you've lived it.
Exactly. I mean, it's especially, for some of these seniors, it's when you go and you show up coming out of that dead period and you go into those 3-a-day practices, it goes by so fast. You play one game a week, and then all of a sudden you turn around and it's Thanksgiving time.
Yeah,
and
it was
over,
hot. It was hot. Now we got a little bit of wind and a chill up here on top of the
You're
press
like,
box.
man, it's almost over. So while these games are big, huge, important games, at the end of the day, you only get to do this once.
No, you only get to do it once.
You only
can
get to
go
do
back
this
to
once.
college.
You can go back to college.
You
You're
can't go back
exactly
to
right.
high school. Can't go back to high school.
You only get to do this once. So at the end of the day, especially in ball games like this, it's important to savor these moments because the way this game is shaping up, it's going to be a tight one to the end, and this is going to be a ball game that I think these kids are going to remember for the rest of their lives. There's certain games, myself, there's certain games that you can remember every detail about them, and you can tell everything about it all the way up until until you pass away. I mean, when you get old, these are moments that you're going to remember forever.
Saw Greg Bond before the start of this kickoff. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who Greg Bond is, he's assistant coach out here at Rockvale. But Greg and I grew up together. Greg is from Owensboro, Kentucky. He was the running guard that actually fed Rex Chapman a lot of his famous dunks and alley-oops and things like that. He graduated from Apollo High School. And I was telling Spencer, I used to go up when I was a junior, sophomore, and senior in high school. I knew Rex Chapman, grew up with him and played basketball, a lot of ball in the summer with him, and knew Greg real well. His dad, Kenny Bond, was the principal at Apollo High School. I knew Greg. I stayed with Greg and there on Tamarack Avenue, and Greg and Rex actually lived across the street from each other, and it was a wild time. Always great hoop time down or up in Owensboro. Used to go all the time. I grew up about 60 miles away from Owensboro, and they were in our region, Anthony. And Owensboro Apollo was great basketball. I mean, Rex dunked on me several times in my high school career.
But it's nostalgic. Those moments like that, you never forget them.
6'4", 43-inch vertical leap, could handle the ball, could shoot the eyes out of it. I mean, just and he would talk to you while you were in the game. He was a little bit of a Larry Bird. He'd talk to you and tell you, Anthony, the next time down, I'm going to dunk on you. I mean, he was pretty cruel about it. I mean, but one of the best that ever played the game in high school. I was fortunate enough and got to see him play at UK, and good times watching the great White Hope, Rex Everett Chapman. And he just had his birthday. His birthday's on October 5th.
Okay. Not too long ago, just a couple weeks back.
Yeah,
right.
He turned 56. Him and I were born in the same year. Well, we're getting ready for a second half out here at the launch pad. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. As Copernicus hits those thrusters and shifts around and gets in position, we saw him land at halftime, refueled the space capsule, and
he's taking back off. He's back in the air.
Yeah, he's back in the air. And
Preston Fuller's going to kick for Rockvale. We know they've kicked it short a couple of times. We saw Riley Talley down here at the bottom of your screen on that second to last row, number 81, the sophomore. Got the football last time and had a pretty good return, so keep an eye on him.
Looks like Brian Guthrie had a good chat with his Rockvale Rockets as they're pretty feisty on the sidelines, as you can see down at the bottom of your screen. As we're getting ready to get back underway here at the launch pad, we're going to run 24 minutes under a waxing crescent. And here we go. Takes 3 steps and kicks it, Anthony. Fielded at the 21, circles back around, and boy, he face masked him right there, Anthony.
Yep.
Did you see that?
Yep.
They got him too. They busted him big time. You saw it, I saw it, and that's 15 more yards onto this one, Anthony. Blackman going to get real yummy field position with that penalty tacked on.
Trey McGaffey that came up.
Yeah, they're going to step it off. I mean, 15 big ones there on that face mask. No, just busted them for 5 yards.
Going to be a penalty against Rockvale.
I thought it was going to be the big 15er, and they just busted them for 5. So really was nice to them. Guthrie's got to be pleased with that. Here we go. Carter Gregory going to work from a shotgun. Cade Perkins to the right of him in a tight set. Blaze. Cade Perkins, boy, they read it like a book. I mean, read it quickly, Anthony, and just didn't let him go nowhere. Number 8 was there, Timmy Williams.
In the first half, Angelos Brooks, Timmy Williams, Cam Frierson, man, they really wreaked havoc. Rockvale going to continue stacking the box, bringing pressure, and trying to make Carter Gregory beat him over the top.
2nd and 12 now for the Blackman Blaze. They bring 2 to the left. Going to be strong on the left side. Carter Gregory trying to get them to jump. Audible coming in off the sideline. He's got Cade Perkins to the left of him. Sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. He wanted number 88, Jaden Guy, who's been pretty active all night. Kind of threw it behind him, didn't he, Anthony?
Yeah, they're trying to set up the tunnel screen again, but you're exactly right. Ball just comes in behind him, and big number 72 for Rockvale had gotten back there. That's Jacarius Green. He's going to come off. He's hobbled a little bit for Jazion Terrell. Going to come into the ball game.
Perkins lines up to the left of Carter Gregory. 3 wide receivers on the line. Carson in motion. Carter Gregory he's coming to the earth on a 3rd down, Anthony. That's a big, big defensive play for the Rockvale Rockets.
Yeah, and good coverage downfield by DJ Thornton, Jalen Morgan, Malik Hicks. Great job downfield. Just nowhere to go with the football for Carter Gregory, and he has to take the sack there.
What did I tell you, kids, right before the start? What did Coach Guthrie want to do?
Make 3 and out.
3 and out. Make Blackman feel uncomfortable. Get the ball back.
And you're going to get the good field position you asked for too, Stork.
That's what Guthrie wanted. Just it's working out just like he wanted. Yep.
So
now Rockvale going to get yummy field position. Now you just need Brennan Mayhew to execute.
Yeah, and we will see here what sort of adjustments they've made offensively. They had the one big run from Bashan Odell, but just couldn't really get anything going in the passing game. But again, Stork, important not to abandon the run game either, because I think
neither team.
I think it'll help both quarterbacks as we get later and later into this ball game.
3 wide receivers right to the top of your screen. Brashawn Odell is to the right of Mayhew, and he's going to operate out of a shotgun on a 1st and 10 from his own 43. With 10:24 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Brashawn Odell and Anthony, what a beautiful run as he picks up about 7-8 yards.
Yeah, Archie Roseman there to bring him down, his 4th tackle of the night, but exactly what you needed there if you're Rockvale. 1st down is going to be important for them offensively. A couple weeks ago against Riverdale, they struggled with that. What they do on 1st down affects them immensely on the offensive side of the ball.
Same set, 3 wide receivers to the top. Odell right behind Mayhew. It looks like he's going to throw. No, he gives it off to Brashawn Odell on that right side. 1st down, Anthony. 2 plays, got a 1st down. That's what you want. Ground game working well as they're getting push on that front line, Anthony.
Exactly right. Couldn't have said it better myself, Stork. And what that does is it's going to continue to wear down that Blackman front 7. And that secondary had a great 1st half, but if you can attack them, we've seen them vulnerable in the past.
Same set, 3 wide receivers to the top. Brashawn Odell is now to the right of Brennan Mayhew, and he's got a fresh set of 4 to work with at the launch pad. Odell coming this way, stops, goes back the other way, and Anthony got 5 more yards.
A good play again on 1st down, and Stork, I'm telling you, if you can continue to have 3, 4, 5 yard gains on 1st downs, it's going to make your offense way better here in this second half.
Sam Issip there on the stop for the Blackman Blaze. He's staying ahead of the chains, kids. 2nd and 5. Ball on the 40-yard line of the Blackman Blaze. Same set. 3 to the top. Brashawn Odell now riding behind Brennan Mayhew. Mayhew lets Brashawn Odell have it. He lost his footing, Anthony, and when he did, it caused him to stutter step there. And number 7, Ian Carruthers, just brought him to the earth.
Yeah, you're right. Just kind of lost his footing there as he's trying to bounce that thing back to the outside. A good job by the big boys in the middle to plug up that hole.
Well, this is where Mayhew really needs to execute. These third downs have haunted him all night, just like a Halloween spook story. 3rd down, now 3rd and 7. Mayhew needs to execute with 3 wide receivers to the top. He pulls it, he keeps it himself, and he burns them, kids. He gets about 12 yards, and he works up to the 25.
Man, another great read by Brennan Mayhew. They've run a couple of read options tonight where he's decided to keep it himself. Does exactly what he's supposed to do. That tackle's blocking down. You leave the defensive end exposed. He squeezes, so you keep it yourself and take it around the outside.
So far, Guthrie's plan is working well. Ball on the 27. Brennan Mayhew's got a fresh set of 4. Different tailback, Anthony, as they brought number 4 in there, Grant Gardner, and they haven't used Gardner all night.
Yeah, first carry of the night for him.
So he's rested. Don't know if he was hurt or whatever, but now he picks up a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 now for the Rockvale Rockets. Send 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Gardner now to the right of Brennan Mayhew. They keep with the ground game. They give it to Grant Gardner. Boy, he's met big time, Anthony, by number 7, Ian Carruthers.
Yeah, another good tackle there by Ian Carruthers on a 2nd down play. Forces yet another 3rd and long. And if you're the Blackman defense, you've really got to buckle down here because you're in 4-down territory.
Ball now marked on the 24-yard line. 6 minutes, 55 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. We're going to send 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Grant Gardner is going to be to the right of Mayhew. He calls. He's looking to pass. Mayhew going to keep it, going to run, going to take off Anthony. He's going to take off. He's going to get that first down. He's going to work up to the 15.
Took a shot at the end of the play, but Stork, this is exactly what you want out of a senior quarterback. Doing whatever the heck I got to do to keep a drive alive and get my team back on the board again.
Ethan Carson was there on the stop. He wears number 1. Chain gang moves. Boxman resets everything to 1. They send 3 to the top of the screen. This has been their offensive set all night. They got Grant Gardner to the right of Brennan Mayhew. His feet rest just on the 20-yard line. Slaps his hands. He's going to pull it. He's going to pull it, and he's got to say he's going to go in the end zone. Brennan Mayhew, touchdown, Rockvale.
Does it with his legs on that drive. It doesn't matter, Stork. You got to do what you got to do, and Brennan Mayhew exhibits exactly that. A big defensive stop to begin the second half, and your offense finally puts together a sustained scoring drive. Great-looking drive there by the Rockets.
Let's see what they do right here.
And I think they may try for the 2 to tie it up. Yep.
They are. They're going to go for the 2.
And they ran the same play that Blackman ran.
Jake Sales into the end zone for the PAT at 2 points.
That was the same exact play that Blackman ran earlier on its 2-point conversion.
And burned them.
Wow. You talk about a chess match from these coaches. That's
15,
funny.
And Blackman is silent. Blackman, the Blaze side, is silent. They didn't think this would happen. Rockvale's now ahead 15 to. We're tied at 15.
Yeah, I was going to say all
We're
tied
up
at
15s. We didn't think it would happen either. As we work under this waxing crescent, our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Let me get you some scores. Dean Fox will get us those stats from the space capsule as we're enjoying ourselves here. Week 10, Game 9 in the state of Tennessee. We're watching 6A ball. Knox Catholic 20, McCauley 17. Boyd Buchanan 14, Webb 10. That's a final. Gary Rankin wins. In the 4th quarter, Bradley Central 29, Cleveland 26. Oakland 28, Ravenwood 12. Antioch 20, Smyrna still 10. Here we are, caught at the 25. Moves to the middle of the field. Now going to the far side of the field. He's got a lane. Anthony.
Blocking the back.
Yeah, and that was number 81 on the return.
He's coming back.
On the play. Flag on the play.
Riley Taylor.
We saw him earlier, had a good return, Riley Talley did, but they call holding instead of blocking the back.
Yeah, it's Talley. Sorry, not Taylor.
He did hook him a little bit. Also, probably could have called blocking the back as well. It was on number 89, Jaden Murphy for the Blaze. So this is going to back their offense up. And now, Stork, what you're looking at here is, again, you're in a situation where senior quarterback Carter Gregory, you're in an adverse spot. It's been tough going offensively for you, but your team needs you. Your offense needs you to lead them. What are you going to do here?
Ball marked at the 23, and this is where Carter Gregory will work from. Wait for everybody to kind of get into position. Dan Payne, he wears the white hat, and he's managed this game all night. So we're working under this waxing crescent. Once again, my sponsor, John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. The tip, bring two closer to us, making it the strong side on the right. They let Carter Gregory have it. I mean, Cade Perkins and Anthony didn't get very much either way.
No, not much at all. And what you see here, it's been very subtle, but when Blackman trades, the Rockvale defensive front has been shifting a little bit. That changes how you got to block things, and it changes your rules. And that's kind of helped them stuff that run up the middle.
Jacarius Green was there on the stop. Carter Gregory works from a shotgun with Cade Perkins to the right of him. Carter Gregory cuts it loose. He completes it. Anthony not enough for the first down. He got it over there to number 88, Jaden Guy, who's had a big game tonight.
Yeah, third catch of the night for Jaden Guy. The first two, of course, were big ones, but good yardage there on second down is going to make it a manageable third down here.
They're probably gonna run it. They're gonna probably use Cade Perkins on a run play.
Press coverage on the bottom of the screen.
And that's what they do. They're gonna make Cade Perkins. He's gonna slip into that Wildcat. Cade Perkins right up the middle, and boy, they read it like a book. Big play by the defense. Big play by number 0, Devontae Porter.
And now Blackman going to have to punt the football away. Another big stop for the Rockvale defense. And
they ran that play in the first half, Anthony. Got big yardage off of it by letting Cade Perkins do that Wildcat, and it didn't work this time. And now Guthrie going to get the ball back.
Oh, and not a good punt there.
No, and it's going to give the Rockvale Rockets yummy field position.
Had a couple in the first half that were really, really good punts, but that right there, I mean, I don't know that ball even traveled 10 yards, Stork. Not a good punt, and yeah, you're right. I mean, Rockvale going to get great field position out of this. This is a huge, huge spot here for the home team.
If you're Rockvale, you got to score here. You got this yummy field position. You can put Blackman in a real uncomfortable position. This is what you want to do, Anthony.
Take your first lead of the night.
This is what you want to do.
They still have yet to lead in this ball game. Been just a heck of a game thus far.
It has. 3 to the top. Brashawn Odell lines up right behind Brennan Mayhew. Mayhew now looking to throw. Completes it.
Just a good job by Mayhew there, just going through his progression. Had good protection up front. Got 3 receivers running drag routes, all at different levels that time. He decides to go with his second read that time, which is Logan Padgett, and makes the catch, gets him about 5 yards. Take what the defense gives you.
Brashawn Odell right behind Mayhew. 3 wide receivers to the top. They let Odell have it. Odell, who's worked all night, you all, and still on his feet and being a handful to bring down, Anthony. Took 3 guys. We're going to give it to number 7, Ian Carruthers. He's had a great night all night.
Good, tough run right there. They pulled both the guard and tackle, able to get in there and push that pile a little bit there at the end. A good physical run there by Odell.
It's been a quick third quarter with 3 minutes and 34 seconds as we work under this waxing crescent. Third and 2. And they're sticking with the same formation. 3 wide receivers to the top. Brashawn Odell is behind Mayhew. Mayhew operates from a shotgun. Back to Brashawn Odell. Brashawn Odell going to get that first down, Anthony.
First down.
He's going to get it. He's brought to the earth by number 74 for the Blackman Blaze.
First down.
Jesse Fetus.
And on that last scoring drive, we got our stats in. 9 plays, 57 yards, and 4 minutes and 21 seconds taken off the clock by Rockvale, putting together another drive looking like this right now.
3 wide receivers to the top. Brashawn Odell operates right behind Brennan Mayhew, the quarterback for the Rockvale Rockets. He spins. Mayhew looking to throw, catching pressure. He dumped it at the last minute.
Yeah, and you can tell Blackman's saying here, like, hey, we've got to put pressure on Brennan Mayhew. We've got to send blitzes. We're going to have to trust our DBs to go with man coverage on the back end. That's the only way I think we're going to stop them here in this second half.
Ball stays marked at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 10 now for the Rockvale Rockets in a great Region 3 6A 6-6 matchup.
Good play there, and then we got a flag down here at the bottom.
Number 74, Jesse Fetus was there on the stop.
I think we may get a hold here on Rockvale, but
we'll wait for Dan Payne to sort it out as the laundry is right there on the 32-yard line.
Josiah Festus on the tackle.
Josiah Festus.
Yeah.
Against Rockvale.
Sorry. Festus was there on the stop. I'm sorry about that, young man. Odell, 21 carries, 102 from the space capsule of Copernicus. Thank you, Dean. 2nd down now. Let's call it 2nd and 20. So you want to try to get half of it back, Anthony.
You can.
You want to get half of it, and then the other half, and you're still doing then you'll still be in 4-down territory if you can get it up on the other end.
Absolutely.
2nd and 20. Brashawn Odell right behind Mayhew. 2 wide receivers. Here comes Brashawn Odell. Odell. And I don't know if I'd have called that or not.
Well,
Anthony.
they bring the blitz late with Ethan Carson, and he timed it up perfect. I mean, he's coming across the line of scrimmage as soon as that ball gets snapped. Over pursues the play, but they do a good job on the outside of containing right there, and they didn't let Odell get loose.
Yeah, and then it just let Ethan Carson catch up and make the tackle, really. So now you're in a 3rd and 18.
Got a dead ball. Little equipment violation.
Yeah, I had equipment violation. One goes out, one comes in. As Josiah Festus comes back in, number 74.
Here it comes again.
He pulls it. Threw it behind him, Anthony.
And, yeah, it was that late blitz again by Ethan Carson, and Mayhew knew, even though it was coming from behind him, he sensed it coming, and I think it affected that throw that time. And on a 4th and long here, I think Rockvale's going to have to punt the football away.
That's what I'd do, Anthony. I'd try to, punt it down there, get it close, pin it.
They're going to go. They may go with this. They're keeping the offense on the field, but I think they're going to go with this pooch kick again.
That's what I'd do. Now they spread the wide receivers around, 1 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Mayhew now showing that pooch punt formation, and he does.
Good job there by Trey McGaffey. Yeah. Fair catch it, not let it get even deeper. Yeah. Big stop there for the Blackman defense. That holding call proved to be big on that series there, but you've got all the momentum sucked onto this side of the field right now, Storff, where just nothing was going right for Blackman, and they needed a big stop. Now they just need to get their offense back going again and get that crowd involved for them on their side of the field.
13 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the ball game here at the launch pad. Appreciate you, the fan, joining us. I'm updating on Score Stream, and let me just close it and reboot it. We'll get back into it here, and I'll get you some scores. Waiting for it. Okay. Knox Catholic 20, McCauley 17. Like we said, Gary Rankin won tonight, 14-10. Bradley Central's now pulled away 36-26 against Cleveland, so that game's cooked. It's in the fourth quarter. Carter Gregory throws a little screen pass. Boy, they read it, Anthony. They went one and they completed it out to Mark James.
Great play by Malik Hicks there, defeating John Dragoo on the outside to get in there and get his arms around, and then his team did a good job of swarming to the football.
Mark James wears number 83. He was the one that received the ball for the Blackman Blaze. They're going to run with 4 wide receivers, and they got Kemp in there as the tailback.
Pressure.
No, second down was. They wanted Carson, it just didn't happen, Anthony.
Yeah, and they're trying to get him on a quick slant route, but a little too high right there by Carter Gregory.
Still 28-12 on that Oakland Ravenwood game going on over in Williamson County. Antioch 20, Smyrna 17. Third down, 3 wide receivers up on the line of scrimmage. Carter Gregory throws it, dumps it. Almost intercepted. They were going to try to get it to Kemp.
Yeah, wanted that tunnel screen again, and now backed up deep in their own territory. You've got to have a good snap here, and if you're Carter Gregory, I know it's pressure, but you got to get off a good punt as well. Can't have another punt like the last one.
Gregory gets it off.
Good, better punt.
He didn't waste
Much better
time.
Punt that time.
Oh,
Fumble. And
Blackman's got it.
Not yet. It's still loose.
It's still on the ground.
Still
it's still
loose.
on the ground.
And Blackman does come up with it.
Oh, my goodness. He tried to fair catch it. And now Blackman has got the ball back with yummy field position.
It was number 25, Jaden Maxwell, that finally ended up with the football. But, man, you had to, like I said, you had to have a better punt that time from Carter Gregory. Got a great one off, and Malik Hicks, he just kind of slipped there at the end, going to fair catch it, and a big turnover there. And if you're Blackman, I talked about it earlier in the ball game tonight, if you have things like this happen, you're not going to get very many opportunities like this.
A little luck.
You got to take advantage of these situations.
A little luck. That's what sometimes football coaches will tell you.
That's how you win ball games on the road, Stork. You got to take advantage of a little luck sometimes.
And, the bad thing about it is Rockvale's defense just came off. They're pushing them back on.
They made a great stop, and then, you got to get your helmet back on and get back out there.
So, that's working to the advantage of the Blackman Blaze, keeping Rockvale's defense on the field even though they're not putting points up. Carter Gregory from a shotgun takes it to Cade Perkins, pulls it on a play action. Wasn't there.
Well, it was if he's able. He didn't have as much time to set his feet and uncork a deep pass there, Stork. That was the thing. There was a good pressure right there by Rockvale, and they were going to get him on a post pattern, but wasn't able to get enough air on that football.
Well, 44 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. It's been a short third quarter, but the last 2 minutes have taken a little bit to run off.
Trying to get Jaden Guy the ball again. And Cade Perkins so far has not made much of a dent in this third quarter.
3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Cade Perkins just got popped, Anthony. I mean, he just got popped.
What a hit. It's Cam Frierson again. Man, Stork, and I'm telling you what, this kid is just coming out and menacingly just taking over this football game on the defensive side for Rockvale.
Nobody can stop him when he gets back there.
I mean, man, he has just made some very physical plays.
Cade Perkins to the right of Carter Gregory. Carter Gregory looking to throw, cuts it loose. Threw it behind him, Anthony.
Got to have that throw on the money there that time because he's open. It's Mark. They're working for Mark James, and it's behind him. And now Blackman.
Big turnover that you didn't do anything with it, Anthony.
Yeah.
Big turnover that you didn't do anything with it. But who comes up and who's played well? The MVP all night, and that's Rockvale's defense.
Yeah. Another big hit. This was a momentum shift in the first half.
Gregory punting a little better position this time than he did the last time.
That one is fair, caught by Malik Hicks at the 19-yard line.
We get out of the third quarter, you
yeah.
all.
We're all knotted up at 15. Buckle your seatbelts. We're in for a big fourth quarter.
With 12 minutes left, I'm going to pull some scores. Copernicus will get us those stats.
Yeah, but, I mean, you had the big hit earlier, and Brashawn Odell scored a touchdown on the ensuing drive. You have a big hit here that forces a stop on defense. What can your offense do with it? Looking for your first lead of the ball game.
Well, both coaches wanted to be in the position to win the ball game when they win in the fourth quarter, and they're both in it. Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Knox Catholic 20, McCauley 17. Gary Rankin a big winner, 14-10 tonight. Christian Brothers 18, Father Ryan 14. Finally got a score on that. From a final from East Tennessee, Bradley Central 36. Cleveland 26. Oakland now on top of Ravenwood 35-12. Riverdale just killing Siegel 42-0. Antioch on top of Smyrna 20-17. Stewart's Creek has beaten Laverne 14-0. Franklin's beaten Mount Juliet 14-7. Here we go from a shotgun, Mayhew as we start the fourth quarter. And they let Brashawn Odell have it on that left side. Not a whole lot there, Anthony, as that ground game is cooling down a little bit for the Rockvale Rockets.
Yeah, and Blackman's defense was able to come out and get a big stop to kind of halt Rockvale's momentum a little bit last time out. So here in this fourth quarter, going to be interesting to see what both offenses do, as nobody's been able to have much success with the run here in the second half.
If I'm Coach Guthrie, I want to make this into a real long drive, give my defense a rest. Mayhew operates from a shotgun, looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket and rips it. He's got a wide receiver, Anthony, and it's number 2. It's Jalen Morgan.
Boy, and Brennan Mayhew had to put everything he had into that ball. First big, deep completion of the night there that time. And the first catch of the night for Jalen Morgan. What a big play here in the fourth quarter. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games and big-time positions.
Of course, the junior being recruited by everybody. Bring 2 down to the bottom of the screen on the Jalen Morgan big play from Mayhew. Mayhew operates from a shotgun with Brashawn Odell to the left of him. They let Brashawn Odell have it. He's coming this way, bounces off one, then he's slung to the earth by Ethan Carson.
Yeah, I just said it a second ago. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. That's a huge play there for Ethan Carson. That's a loss of about 9 yards on that run. After giving up a big play, that's huge for the defense to respond in that way.
10:36 left to go in the ball game. Rockvale needs to try to get part of this back right here on a second down, at least half of it, Anthony. Make it a little bit more manageable.
Pistol set this time for Rockvale.
3 to the top, none to the bottom. Rush. Mayhew throws it. Completes it out to Hicks. Hicks still on it. Got half of it back, Anthony.
That was a good job by Brennan Mayhew there. They bring the blitz at the top of the screen. Number 45, Rodney Irvin, was the one that was rushing that time. And Mayhew was able to roll out to the left and extend that play and make Malik Hicks get a little something out of it.
Jamison Watkins was there on the stop for the Blackman Blaze, and it makes it third down, but much better situation for Brian Guthrie and the Rockvale Rockets. Mayhew operates from a shotgun with Brashawn Odell just right behind him. We bring 3 wide receivers down here to the bottom of the screen. They're all up on the line. Brashawn Odell takes a handoff, and boy, Anthony was wrapped up quick on that third down. Now they're going to have to use that fourth one to try to get the fresh set of 4.
Yeah, and what they're trying to do there is set up a manageable fourth down, but Blackman doesn't show blitz initially there. They don't give Brennan Mayhew any inklings that they're going to bring pressure until the very last second.
6'4", all 295 pounds of Archie Roseman, number 79, brought Brashawn Odell to the earth.
Somebody get him a cheeseburger.
Yeah, 4th down, 4th and 10. You really need to get this one, Anthony. 9:31 left to go in the ball game. Let's see what Mayhew does. The senior quarterback looking to win a big one. Throws it and completes it.
I don't know that he's going to have enough for the first down, though.
Hicks.
That's Sales on the catch. His
Sales.
first of the night. And, yeah, Rodney Irvin comes up and makes the tackle. A good job there by the defense of being aware. They know where the sticks are. Force Brennan Mayhew to have to take something underneath and have a guy make a play to get that first down. And they did a good job of tackling there.
Well, Brian Guthrie said it all year long that his defense is his best weapon he's got, and they've really played well tonight. He needs to get them to step up just one more time. If you're Blackman, you want to get together something, try to get down the field, score quick, and really put Rockvale in a bad situation. Here we go. Appreciate everybody joining us on Stork Vision. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones Real Estate. And nobody sells homes like John. 2 wide receivers on the line, one to the top, one to the bottom. Carter Gregory looking to throw. Guy, Jaden Guy, who's done a lot of damage tonight. Guy with a big yak after he caught that football, picked up about 15 yards.
That's such an important weapon to have as a receiver, Stork, when you talk about the yak, yards after catch. He's done a very good job with that tonight. Also had the big catch on that long go route that resulted in a touchdown. Good ball game tonight for Jaden Guy.
Cade Perkins to the right of Carter Gregory. Blackman looking to get on the board. Boy, they give it to Cade Perkins, and that hesitation ruined them.
Man. And, Caden Perkins not happy with his offensive line that time. He took a lick as soon as they were in the backfield. I mean, I don't know that Moon got touched that time. He shot in there quickly.
Yeah, Melvin Boone on the stop. And now Carter Gregory on a 2nd down and 2nd and long. He's been in this position all night.
Saying something to Jaden
Guy. Got an equipment. Did he bust him?
Maybe? I don't know.
No, they're going to leave him in with 8:19 left to go in the ball game. Logistics. 8:19 left to go in the ball game. Carter Gregory looking to throw, catch and eat. He cuts it loose, threw it out of bounds. And now it's 3rd down, Anthony.
Yeah, big 3rd and long. And again, Stork, if you're Blackman's offense, you really cannot get yourself behind the 8 ball. This is not an offense that's built to be able to come back from these deep holes like this. Got to make a play here, though, if you're them. It's do or die time.
Yeah, you sure don't want to put your defense back out on the field, but they may have to.
Blitz coming.
Carter Gregory looking to throw. They got a hold of him a little bit, Anthony, back here. They bumped him.
Yeah, and it did affect that throw as he was looking for Guy down here, and now Blackman going to have to punt it away. A big 3 and out there for the Rockvale defense.
If I'm talking to my offensive coordinator and I'm Brian Guthrie, I want to try to get something together, maybe catch them off guard or anything here in this offensive set. You got plenty of time when you get this ball back.
Get away from it if you're Rockvale here, yeah.
If you're Blackman, you definitely want to try to keep the ball on this end, bottle it up, make Brian go 3 down and out, get a short punt, get some yummy field position, and try to take it in and score.
Well, field position overall, Stork, I just can't understate how important that's been in this football game. We've seen one sustained drive all night, and it's been out of Rockvale where they had to put together a long scoring drive. This field position and being able to flip the field has really made a huge difference for both teams.
Perkins' last 8 carries minus 15 yards, according to Dean Fox. So,
yikes.
Cade Perkins not having the night he's looking for here late in the game. He's been running pretty good.
That's an important stat.
Mayhew hands off to Brashawn Odell, and Brashawn Odell is looking to pick up him some negative yardage as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage, Anthony Fiorella.
Yeah, and another really good job in pursuit. Look who was out there again. Big number 79, Archie Roseman. he's having a whale of a ball game, Stork, the big defensive tackle. He's in on his 6th stop of the night.
Yeah, and on this big rivalry game, that's one you can put down in the books for yourself as a senior. You did everything you could. Brashawn Odell's going to line up to the right of Brennan Mayhew. 3 wide receivers down here to the bottom of the screen.
Pressure coming. Here's Irvin.
Mayhew got a bad snap, and Anthony it cost him.
Yeah, Irvin was coming on the blitz, and that low snap affected everything, and just going backwards for Rockvale, not good here.
Yeah, Rodney Irvin got back there and just bottled Mayhew up.
Both
down
offenses,
to 3rd down and a 3rd and long.
Both offenses are just struggling here in this 4th quarter. It looks like who's going to make a play? That's probably going to make the difference of the
What
game.
did I say? Blackman's defense wants to play really good here and get good field position off, and they're pushing them back.
Good timing here for Mayhew.
Mayhew steps up, and it's intercepted.
Picked off.
It's intercepted, you all. Number 13 for the Blackman Blaze, Jalen Anderson.
Yeah, and that's a big interception. Again, 2nd time tonight where Brennan Mayhew's had to try to force something to happen there. Again, trying to work it into double coverage, and a lot of times doesn't work out well for you. I know he's trying to make a play. He's trying to make something happen, but sometimes you just got to live to fight another down because Blackman's going to start this drive from the 31.
Very, very manageable with 6:29 left to go in the ball game. Carter Gregory going to work from an empty backfield. He's all by himself, you all. He's got a fresh set of 4. Cuts it loose. Throws it out of bounds. He got hit there at the end, Anthony.
A little bit, but yeah, you know, if you're Blackman, you've got to take advantage of this situation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got the punt down here where there was the fumble and you're able to get the ball back. Didn't have anything happen there. So starting at the 31, you've got to get points out of this drive.
They're going to pressure Carter Gregory. They're bringing a blitz, you all. Look at them all up on the line. Here they come. Pulls it. He's looking. There it is, intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Is that Jalen Morgan?
No, it's the outside linebacker, number 8, Timmy Williams.
Timmy Williams has just intercepted it and given the Rockvale Rockets.
Well, Gregory, okay, that was going to say that he stepped out of bounds before Carter Gregory stripped the football back. But wow, I mean, a big play from the Rockvale defense. Picks off the screen pass right there, Stork, right in front of Carter Gregory.
Big turnover.
And I think he thought he could sneak it over his head, and it just didn't. I don't know that if he didn't see him
Timmy
or
Williams
what,
has been
but I mean,
wrecking havoc along with Frierson all night.
Back-to-back interceptions, and this boat race has turned into just a great performance by both defenses tonight. If you're a fan of physical defensive football, this has been a heck of a game.
Mayhew looking to correct everything on this series. Oh, it's intercepted,
another one.
You all. And that's number 4, and he's waving to the crowd. Jaden Lark. Touchdown, Jaden Lark. Touchdown, Blackman Blaze.
No flags on the field either. Oh, no, there is one at the very top. There is one at the very top. I misspoke. And we're going to have extracurricular activity at the end of the play.
You can't take your helmet off.
No.
You can't take your helmet off.
So we're going to have a lot going on here.
Ineligible receiver down. Well, we got touchdown.
Yeah,
touchdown sticks. Okay, so touchdown sticks, but we got a bunch of
stuff.
Damn Payne is
they're gonna have to. Blackman going to have to probably, if you can accept it on the extra point, this unsportsmanlike, back him up and make him kick it from further back. That could be huge here.
Damn Payne.
They are. They're going to make him kick it from further back. So if he misses this, you're only up by 6 if you're Blackman. But wow, Stork, 3 plays in a row, all interceptions.
We've never had that on Stork Vision.
That's just wild. And the last one results in a defensive touchdown in a game where we didn't think there'd be much defense.
5 minutes, 55 seconds left to go in this contest. Blackman has just scored. We had some extracurricular We're waiting to sort it out with Dan Payne. We appreciate you, the fan, joining us. Let me pull up some scores while we wait for all this to sort out here at the launch pad. Blackman's offense, second half, is 15 yards, a first down, and 1 turnover. Not you now. They just made a huge defensive play.
I mean, they've picked off Brennan Mayhew 3 times tonight, Stork.
And you can't do that and win football games.
I don't know that Brennan Mayhew has had a game in his career where he's thrown 3 interceptions.
Christian Brothers 18, Father Rhyme 14. That's in the third quarter.
Hats off.
Antioch 27, Smyrna 17.
Ooh.
From the Plateau, Green Hill 21, Cookville 14. Collierville still beating up on Whitehaven 24-14. Oakland beating up on Ravenwood 35-18. Stewart's Creek still ahead of Laverne 14-0.
Okay, so they can't step it off on the extra point.
49-7, and that's a final. Riverdale was a big winner tonight at Siegel.
Bigelow to hold and Boren-Bozen to kick.
Riverdale's in the playoffs. It's official.
And offsides now on. So this is going to move it closer for Blackman, and I wonder, does Matt Kreisky decide to get aggressive and go for two here? That'd be, I don't know though. that'd be real gutsy.
No, I'd go for 1.
That would be gutsy. Yeah, they're going to do that, looks like.
Beautiful night here in Rutherford County. Appreciate you, the fan, watching. Sponsor night. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John.
Stork, do you hear that?
It's quiet. You know why? That's because Blackman just scored and we're out at Rockvale. That's why.
If you're the away team, this quiet is exactly what you want. But at the same time, there's 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in this ball game. You've got 3 timeouts. There is absolutely no need to panic here if you're Rockvale.
No,
we just went through probably the craziest 3 plays that I've ever seen before. However, it's over, it's done with, it's in the past. Everybody take a deep breath. We need to put together a drive here. I know it's getting late, but we're still in this thing. We can get back in and tie this ball game up. We just got to put together another drive.
Rockvale played JP2 last Friday night in a non-conference, came away with a big win. We were over at the reservation and saw Blackman lose to Riverdale in the backyard brawl. So that's kind of what set this thing up a little bit in this Region 3 6A matchup.
And Blackman's defense, of course, against Riverdale just had a tough time. But see, this unsportsmanlike, this is huge here because Blackman hadn't been able to kick it super deep, and now you're probably going to field this football at around the 25 or 30, so Rockvale should get great field position here on this upcoming drive.
And I'm sure Dean will point out also that's one of the few turnovers that Blackman has capitalized on.
Yeah.
They turned.
Ball's on the ground.
They turned the ball over on an interception, but it was a pick six, Anthony. But, like you said, Mayhew has thrown 2 others, and they weren't able to capitalize on them.
Oh, man, and right there on the kickoff, Malik Hicks, I think he may have been down, but the ball did come out, and they're going to – no, they say he wasn't down because they're marking it where DJ Thornton fell on it. That could have been huge if Blackman came up with that. But yeah, if you're Brennan Mayhew here, just take a deep breath.
Forget it. Rally
the troops.
And do your job.
Do your job, exactly.
2 wide receivers. Mayhew operates from a shotgun. Bushano, he kept it. Mayhew's got it. Big number 7's going to bring him to the earth, Ian Carruthers.
A good ball game tonight for Carruthers on that defense as well. He's been in on several tackles. And the clock's starting to tick. It's getting later in this ball game. You don't have to rush yet, but if you're Blackman's defense and you can get off the field here, you're in the driver's seat because you're giving the ball back to your offense and you're getting into territory where Blackman's going to Rockvale, is going to have to think about using those timeouts when they're on defense.
Rockvale ran the ball, so run and play like Anthony's talking about that clock. It's moving. with almost 5 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Mayhew operates from a shotgun with Brashawn Odell. He's looking to throw, lets it go, threw it out of bounds. He wanted number 2, Jalen Morgan, and it wasn't there.
Intended for Jalen Morgan.
Let it go out of bounds. It was.
And now here's the real part, Anthony, and this could be the ball game. You're in a 3rd down. You got to get a first down. I mean, I know it's 4-down territory with the clock considered.
No, I don't think it's 4-down territory. If you don't get it here, you got to punt the ball away and play defense because you got all 3 of your timeouts and there's way too much time left on the clock.
The way they've been flipping the ball back and forth, yeah, you're not hanging on to it too long anyway. Mayhew from a shotgun spins around, does a whirly-derby,
there it is.
And now lets it go.
Oh man. It was a good ball there by Mayhew. Malik Hicks very briefly broke his stride. It was a stop and go, and it was just enough to get number 17, Lance Friend, who had the pick a minute ago, or excuse me, not the pick, but Friend in coverage to bite. And when Hicks had a little bit of hitch in his giddy-up, he broke his stride and just missed running into catching that football. That broken stride was a big difference there.
Timeout, Blackman. And that'll give us a second here to bring up some scores. We appreciate you, the fan, joining us here on Stork Vision as we're winding down Game 10, Week 11 here in the state of Tennessee. But we appreciate you, the fan, like we said, joining us.
And I wonder what Matt Kreisky's thinking calling timeout here. That, of course, the incompletion stops the clock, but he must be thinking along the lines of, hey, everybody read your keys here because Rockvale might try something lucky. What do we got score-wise?
Knox Catholic 27, McCauley 24.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
James Clemens 51, Albertville 18. Christian Brothers 18, Father Ryan 14.
Oh, wow.
Antioch 27, Smyrna 17.
That's for the Region 3 or 5 6A title.
35-18, Oakland beating up on Ravenwood. Collierville now further ahead, 31-14 on Whitehaven. And a final from East Tennessee. Maryville beats Alcoa 24-21.
Wow, they came back and beat them.
Yep. That's the biggest game this year
Blackman's
for them.
Blackman's going to bring heat.
Too bad it's a non-conference game. It doesn't really help you. Makes you feel good.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Makes you feel good you won it, but if you win or lose that game with Alcoa, it doesn't help you anywhere in the region because Alcoa is 3A and Maryville 6A.
Good punt. That was a good punt there by Preston Fuller and Dragoo. Boy, if he would have fumbled that thing there, Rockvale definitely would have fell on it. There was no other orange helmets in the vicinity.
I don't know if you know how close those schools are, Anthony, but I mean literally you can
walk. You can walk.
Yeah, you don't need a bus to go to.
I know you can walk.
From Maryville to Alcoa, you don't need a bus.
Rockvale's defense has to come up with one more big stop here.
Carter Gregory operates from a shotgun. Cade Perkins. Handoff, and they shut it down.
Yeah, just
second down.
Caden Perkins has just been non-existent here in the second half. One of the biggest offensive weapons for the Blaze. You really got to have him here. If you're Blackman's offense, you got to challenge your offensive line to get some push here and end this ball game.
Second down, 2nd and 10 now for Carter Gregory. The tip, bring 2 down, making it strong on the left side for Carter Gregory. 2nd and 10, 4:06 left to go in the ball game.
And absolutely not in any hurry as well.
Gregory hands it off to Cade Perkins. He bottled him up.
Yep. There, very good job. They did have one missed tackle, but Timmy Williams wasn't going to let him get away. And another loss. That's probably negative 23 yards rushing in this half for Caden Perkins. They just have not been able to run the football.
Timmy Williams did a drive-by on the Blackman sideline. Say, did you see that? As he went by them as coming out of that tackle.
3rd down and long here. This is a big, big play.
Carter Gregory from a shotgun with Cade Perkins to the left. Needs a level 2 pass to get the first down. Catching heat. His arm gets
I can't believe that nobody caught that ball. He got hit as he threw, and it looked like a duck falling out of the air during duck hunting season.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Lucky
Guthrie is is going to get to knock on one more door and get some trick or treats because he's getting the ball back.
The beautiful part about that, too, is that your defense getting that 3 and out, you don't have to waste any of your timeouts. Get away from it.
And it's taking a Rockvale bounce as it's now on the 47-yard line. Blackman downs it. Big number 98 was right there. Sam Issip.
All right. Number 1, what do you got, kid?
Yeah, you're going to
I know it's been a rough night, but you got a chance to drive your team down the field and tie this game up.
Your senior year, this is your chance. 1st and 10 now for Brennan Mayhew. They send Hicks to the top of the screen, number 7. Brushawn Odell is right behind Mayhew. Let's see what they do.
Jaden Lark, the corner down here at the bottom, had the pick 6 earlier.
Mayhew.
Got his tight end, Sales. Good job of rolling out and making something happen. Extend the play. Find your safety valve, the tight end, Sales. Good job there. Good pickup of 8.
Very manageable 2nd down. 2nd and 2. Brushawn Odell to the left. Send Hicks to the top of the screen. And got Morgan down here. Mayhew from a shotgun. Looking to throw. Scanning. Checking his receivers. Incomplete.
Had good time to throw the ball, but good coverage downfield by Blackman. Their secondary really from last week against Riverdale to this week, just 2 totally different worlds, Stort.
3rd down. 3rd and a short 2. It's
going to be important here. Just
get the first down.
Get this first down. Give it to Brushawn Odell and get this first down.
Or pull it and keep it yourself, Mayhew. He let Brushawn Odell have it. Odell, he's not going to get it, Anthony.
He kind of hesitated there and didn't stick his shoulder in.
Nope, he didn't. He played a little scared when he got over there. Trey McGaffey brought him to the earth on that far side.
I think he thought that maybe he'd be able to cut back, and by the time that he realized he couldn't.
Trey McGaffey had his arms around him.
4th and inches.
With a $1:58 left to go in the ball game. Right here it is, kids. This is the ball game if you can't convert.
A lot of time ticking off the clock here.
I'm Mayhew. I run it straight ahead. I just grab it and go. Mayhew looking to throw. Mayhew. Oh, just when he needed to complete to Jalen Morgan, he does.
Man, they get him on the slant there, and that's a gutsy call. Nobody in the building thought that there was going to be a pass on a 4th and inches. Great find there for Jalen Morgan by Mayhew.
Mayhew with a $1:37 left to go in this ball game. Brushawn Odell behind him. 2 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Mayhew looking to throw. Mayhew cuts it loose.
Open.
Touchdown, Rockvale.
That's exactly what you needed right there if you're Rockvale. Take a deep breath. Let's get out here. Our defense is able to come up with the stop. You have a big completion on 4th down to Jalen Morgan to keep yourself alive, and then you find Logan Padgett, who hasn't caught a pass since the 1st quarter, and you're an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Touchdown Padgett, touchdown Rockvale Rockets.
We got
122.
Timeout here, Stork. I wonder, is he going to get aggressive and go for 2 to try to win the ball game here?
You know, I saw this happen with Maryville and Bearden a couple of weeks ago. It got into an overtime, and Maryville went for 2 in this situation, and it was in an overtime.
They originally called to go for 1, but, the kicker, 44, Preston, he's on the sidelines. They're going to keep the offense on the field here, Stork. Brian Guthrie says, it's do or die time. I want to win. I want to try and win this football game here.
Well, and he's possibly thinking, I don't want it to go to overtime. I don't like my chances in overtime.
Another thing too, I don't think so much as that. I think more along the lines of, you know what? I trust my defense because Blackman has not been able to run the ball. Blackman has not been able to throw the ball in the second half. So he's saying, regardless here, you know what? If we get this 1 point, I trust my defense to get a stop and win this ball game. Regardless of what happens, I'm behind it. I like it. Be aggressive.
Mayhew,
Go
the
win yourself a
quarterback,
game.
with Brashawn Odell to the right. Here we go on a 2-point conversion. To put the Rockvale right, they let Brashawn Odell have it, but Mayhew kept
Mayhew
it.
on a read option.
No.
And they stopped it. Blackman loads up the line of scrimmage on the read option play, and Ethan Carson gets in there to wrap Mayhew up. And Blackman is going to hold a 1-point lead, 22-21. But
you got the onside kick.
You got you're probably, you're going to see an onside kick. And Rockvale still does have 2 timeouts defensively.
Yeah, you got an onside kick it, Anthony, because $1.22 left in the ball game.
By no stretch of the imagination is it over, but man, I mean, that's the thing, Stork. Like we said earlier, you get aggressive sometimes, and when you get aggressive, if it doesn't work, it can pay huge dividends.
Last year,
high risk, high reward type of situation.
Last year, who was the king of the onside kick? Blackman.
Yeah, they were.
They kicked more onsides than anybody last year. So they're very experienced in kicking an onside kick. Their former coach kicked a bunch of them.
Well, they're going to be receiving it here. Rockvale going to be kicking it. Blake Preston. So you get your hands.
Practiced it. They practiced it
in
practice. You just didn't kick off and do that when you were kicking off. They've practiced a ton of these.
You got your hands team on the field here. So in a situation like this, what Preston wants to do, of course, this ball's got to travel 10 yards. So as a kicker, what you want to look to do is pop that ball up in the air. You want to get it high and over 10 yards so that way your coverage team has time to go down there. And then it turns into basketball. Who can box out who and catch the football?
8 plays, 47 yards, $1.42 off the clock.
Man, what a game.
This is a ball game.
What a
ball game right here.
Still loose. Still loose. Did Rockvale get it?
Rockvale's got it.
Rockvale got the football. Wow.
Rockvale got it. Wow.
Whoa. And see, that's – wow. I mean –
second half yards. Rockvale 173, Blackman 14.
And that's what I was saying. You know, you trust your defense even if you don't get the 2-point conversion. It's not 100% over. It ain't over till it's over. That's what I was just saying a minute ago.
Well, it's $1.19. You got 30 yards to go, and
now you're in a situation where, I mean, even a field goal wins you this ball game here at the end.
Brashawn Odell right behind Mayhew. Fakes it, looking. Mayhew looking. Mayhew going to run it. Mayhew picking up major yardage, 20, 15, down to the 10, you all. With 1:10 left on the clock, he runs out of bounds.
And he stops the clock. Brennan Mayhew, man, he has gone through so much adversity in this game. He's limping a little bit down there. He's hurt. He's taken some big hits. He's thrown 3 interceptions tonight. But he's got a big rushing touchdown that tied the ball game, and he had a big passing touchdown down here that got him to within 1 point. Now he's looking to take his team to victory here at home.
Rockvale, which puts Blackman in a must-win next Friday night if they can score.
Carson's coming.
Mayhew throws it. Touchdown. Who is it? Sales. Touchdown Rockets. Touchdown Sales.
What a huge swing in this ball game. Cameron Sales, the tight end. Brennan Mayhew is hobbling. Man.
Jake Sales,
you're right. I'm sorry. Brennan Mayhew's hobbling. Man, just guts, Stork. Absolute guts. Way to overcome adversity. Oh, you got to love seeing that. That's why you play the game.
Wow. Wow. With 50 ticks left. Now, if you're Blackman, you still got a chance, but, you're going to –
now Rockvale got to go for 2 to try to get themselves back up by 7.
Right.
This is huge, too, because, Blackman still has 2 timeouts, and if Rockvale doesn't get the 2-point conversion, regardless of if you kick an extra point or not, if you're Blackman – you can win with a touchdown on 6 points. So this is a huge 2-point conversion.
27-22. We're waiting on the PAT. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. I told you we were going to entertain you for the next 48 minutes of this football game.
Just huge that Blackman was not able to get that onside kick. I mean, man, that hurt bad. And the credit to Rockvale. I mean, they didn't give up. Things did not, literally all of 30 seconds ago, things did not look good for Rockvale.
No.
And now they are in the driver's seat. But if you're Blackman, again, like I said it a minute ago, for Rockvale, I'm going to say it for Blackman too. This ball game is not over by any stretch of the imagination, Stork.
They're going to try to go for two.
Blackman still has 2 timeouts, and I know it's been bleak offensively, but things are going to get crazy here in a minute, I'm telling you.
Rashawn Odell behind Mayhew. Tries to get them to jump.
Jalen Morgan. So that's going to back them up 5. That's huge here. That is huge.
Yeah.
Because now you've got to go 7 yards to get it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. I wonder if they decide to just kick instead.
Now they're going for
up
it.
6.
They leave Mayhew in. He gathers them up and tells them to play that was just sent in from the sideline. They send Hicks to the top of the screen. They got Morgan down at the bottom and Padgett. Mayhew, bad snap, low. He looking to throw. No.
Yeah, just nothing there.
No, nothing there.
Well, all right.
5 points separates the two in 59 seconds and a kickoff.
Do or die time, and special teams is so important. We saw it a second ago. Special teams, the kicking game.
You said
kept
the kicking game.
Rockvale in this thing and just saved their butts. I mean, they were able to get the football back on that onside kick that they executed it perfectly. He kicked it right in between, right in the middle of everybody. Nobody on the Blackman side took ownership to try to get the football, and Rockvale came up with it. Their offense made a play. But now if you're Blackman, special teams, you got to try and get a good return here and set your offense up with good field position.
Appreciate everybody joining us tonight on Stork Vision. We brought you a great game as we're in Game 9, Week 10, here for the regular season.
And I know that they haven't had much success offensively in this second half, but when you're running this 2-minute drill, and as a coach, you're opening up your playbook to anything at this point. I mean, trick plays, different patterns downfield in the long passing game. I mean, anything's fair game right now.
There we go. Kick it as hard as they can.
McGaffey.
Received at the 12. McGaffey's got it up to the 20, up to the 25, up to the 30. Flags fly.
A hold.
Whistles blow. And now you're going to have to run your 50-second offense here at the launch pad, and I'm sure that's Dean Fox with some stats, and it is. 2 plays, 30 yards, 22 seconds, run off the clock. Rockvale has 347 yards of total offense, and Blackman 179 and still in it.
Even more interesting, second half yards, Rockvale 173, Blackman 14.
Yep.
Dean Fox has been all over it.
Like a cat on a biscuit, that old boy.
Like a cat on a biscuit.
He's
I don't
great.
know that I've heard that one before.
4 wide receivers for Carter Gregory. He's got to throw it. He can't run it. Dumps it.
He's got Guy out of bounds.
Yep.
It's going to be enough for a first down, I believe. No, not quite.
Jaden Guy is receiver. Bigger than that, though, Anthony. Stops the clock with 44 ticks left. Ball's now on the 25.
Important for Rockvale's defense to guard the boundary and tackle.
Oh, clock stops. Didn't lose a whole lot. Second down.
Third down now.
Or third
Dragoo,
down.
You got to catch that football. I know it's a little bit behind you, but if it hits you in the hands, hits you in the arms, you got to reel it in.
39 ticks left on the clock. Third down, third and short. But you need yardage, Anthony. You need to get out of bounds. You need to get out of bounds. DuBois trying to get them riled up here at the launch pad. They throw a little swing pass out to Cade Perkins,
and that's
stays
good.
in bounds. He stays in bounds.
I know
the clock's running.
I know he's had a tough time running the football, but you got to keep Caden Perkins involved. They go misdirection there.
25 seconds.
Hit him on a wheel route.
Trying to sit. Now they stop it.
The clock should have stopped, and they're going to have to fix it. It never stopped when they got the first down, I don't think.
Let's see what they tell them. I guess they'll put a few back
We're
on
gonna
it.
have
At 30.
We're going to have a little Mother Earth natural timeout.
Here we go. Here we go. We got the walkie-talkie. They're telling them to put 5 seconds back on it.
It'll start right back up, though. I mean, as soon as they fix it.
37 seconds.
Yeah.
They got a gift. 1st and 10.
It's going to start right. I mean, as soon as they get it fixed, though. But yeah, this is huge because Blackman's able to call a play now without having to burn a timeout.
Well, they're trying to find out how much time was actually on the clock. The back judge is the one that was looking at the clock, so he's the one going to tell them.
But boy,
all right, we got it.
Couldn't have asked for a better football game to be at here tonight.
37 seconds left in this thriller. 3 wide receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom, and Carter Gregory's all by himself. Needs to get it. No.
Got to come up with that ball there. I mean, if you're Carter Gregory and throwing at Bigelow when he's that wide open, you've got to hit him there.
Yeah, got to hit him and let him do some damage, Anthony. Now 2nd down, 31 ticks remain.
Can't afford to be missing open receivers right now if you're Blackman.
No, those 4 and 5 seconds that runs off the clock on an incomplete hurt you. Carter Gregory looking to throw. Cuts it loose, catching pressure.
It bounced.
Sure did. He wanted Jaden Guy, who's done a lot of damage tonight.
When he stepped up in the pocket, I don't know if it was one of his own offensive linemen or Cam Fry or one of the two kind of bumped him, and as you saw, it affected that pass there. Only 24 seconds left, and Blackman has still got to go 66 yards if they want to win this game.
3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Oh, he got hit.
Cam Frierson.
They hit him.
This is it. 4th down.
Number 59,
Cam Frierson's been there, and boy, if we had to give an MVP, kids, you got to give it to the Rockvale Rocket defense. I mean, they're the ones that really have done an excellent job tonight keeping the Rockvale Rockets in this daggone game, Anthony.
But boy, I mean, just what a weird fourth quarter.
Okay, let's play this out.
Yeah.
Let's go with Matt Kreisky. If you're Blackman, what do you want to run? You got 24 ticks. You need to score, Anthony. So what do you want to run?
What you got to remember here is nothing matters unless you get this first down. You've got to, of course, get this first down here. You got 2 timeouts left.
So you're going 10 yards.
What I do here is I come out 5 wide. You want to give yourself as much space on the field as possible. If you got to take something over the middle, take something over the middle. But you got to tell your offensive lineman, hey, I need time to throw the football here. Give me 4 seconds. I need 4 seconds. Work your butt off to give me 4 seconds to throw the football.
And if you're Guthrie, look, he's going to play prevent. He's got five DBs back.
If you're Guthrie,
let him come. I'm going to give you the 5 yards.
Yeah,
I'm giving you the 5 yards.
Exactly.
Because you got to have 10.
You can have something underneath.
Throw it behind him. That's a ball game. It's a ball game. They're going to take a knee, and Rockvale Rockets is in the playoffs.
And we just, I mean, what a fourth quarter. We had absolutely no offense for the first 7 minutes. 3 interceptions in a row. Jaden Lark ran one back and scored. And, oh, boy.
We're about to get into it. It's Carson.
Jaden Lark ran one in and scored. And it looked like Blackman was in the driver's seat. And then all of a sudden, Rockvale drives down the field. Brennan Mayhew finds Logan Thomas to put him down 1. They go for two. They don't get it. Recover the onside kick. He finds Sales with less than a minute to go, and they're going to win the ball game.
Victory formation, and that is it. Spencer, if you just want to point the camera on the field, leave it on, you can go ahead. Okay, stats will be rolling back in here shortly from the space capsule of Copernicus. I'm going to read you some scores. We'll do the cast of characters, and we'll get it out of here. And that'll be the end of Game 9, Week 10, in the state of Tennessee on Stork Vision.
Wow. What a ball game.
We brought you a heck of a ball game. All my scores are coming from ScoreStream as Sam is in Iowa tonight.
Huge win at home for Rockvale to get into the playoffs.
Boyd Buchanan 14, Knox Webb 10, and that was a final from East Tennessee, and that was a big. Knox Catholic big loss tonight. Macaulay came back and won that game, 31-27, a final. In East Tennessee, Bradley Central was a big winner tonight, 36-26 over Cleveland. William Blunt was a winner tonight, 55-14 over Saudi Daisy. Albertville got beat tonight, 58-18. Christian Brothers big winner over Father Ryan. That was in Memphis, 18-14. So Father Ryan going to ride 3 hours on that bus ride home from Memphis. That's a long ride. Green Hills leading Cookeville up on the plateau as they've taken the lead, 21-14. Collierville beat up on Whitehaven tonight, 31-14. In the fourth quarter, over at Antioch. Antioch still leading, 27-17. Stewart's Creek 14-0 over Laverne. A final from over in Williamson County. Oakland Patriots beat Ravenwood Raptors 42-18. From East Tennessee, a final. Maryville 24, Alcoa 21. That's about all we got. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight on Stork Vision as Rockvale celebrating that big, huge win as they get in and clinch a playoff berth.
And I got to say, Stork, if there was ever a game that was going to solidify this matchup as a big-time rivalry going forward in future years, we definitely saw it tonight. I mean, just a great physical game played by both teams, and hats off to Rockvale. They were down to the wire. I mean, they were hanging on by a thread there at the end. It did not look good, but they never gave up, and they did what they had to do to eke out the win. I mean, just great resolve by them.
It was a great 48 minutes under a waxing crescent. Our sponsor tonight was John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. We're just waiting for Copernicus to get us those stats. Just hang tight. Copernicus will get us those stats, and we will get out of here as we're waiting for him, and he'll head on back to Maryville tonight. And we've got him, and take it away, Anthony Fiorello from Los Angeles, California.
Final stats of the night for the Rockvale Rockets. They win this ball game 27-22 over the Blackman Blaze. They improved to 5-4 on the year, 2-2 in region play. Blackman falls to 3-6. They are 1-3 now in the region.
Beat Siegel. That's the only team that they beat. And guess who's got to play Siegel next Friday night? Siegel lost to Riverdale tonight, but guess who plays Siegel next Friday night?
Rockvale. For the Rockets, Brennan Mayhew, 11 of 26, 169 yards. He had a touchdown, 2 touchdown passes late in the fourth quarter. Also ran for a touchdown and had 82 yards rushing. Rashawn Odell had 27 carries for 94 yards on the night. He also had a touchdown. For Blackman, Caden Perkins only had 19 carries, only 31 yards. I mean, by far, just one of the roughest.
That's a big stat.
He's got to have games of the year for him. Yeah, absolutely. Overall on the night, Rockvale had 15 first downs, Blackman 9. The Rockets rushed for 178 yards. The Blaze just 35. Through the air, pretty even. Rockvale threw for 169 yards. Blackman, Carter Gregory threw for 162. Turnovers, Rockvale had 4 and was still able to win the ball game. We saw it at Helena a couple weeks ago. Turned the ball over 4 times and won. I don't know that we're ever going to see that twice in 1 year again, Stork.
No.
Blackman turned it over once tonight. And penalties. Blackman had 9 for 90 yards. Rockvale 7 for 41.
All righty, the cast of characters, and then we're going to get out of here, and we're going to call it a wrap here on Week 10, Game 9 of Stork Vision. Director of Schools is Dr. James Sullivan. We appreciate the principal here at Rockvale High School for letting us come out and broadcast. That's Steve Luker, located 6545 on Highway 99 here in Rutherford County.